Hey, Ocean. Hey, Dr. Coconut. Ooh. Hey, Sabek. I've been scarring minds on the devlog server by posting your thumbnails. Oh boy. I really should be lurking there, I guess. How long is this? Wait, how long is this long got left? I don't know. I'm hoping it's a short chapter. It's called Psychological Warfare. I'm reading the thread. Can we publicly fucking stone this guy to death? Heart by Schizo-chan. Whee! Oh no, Schizo-chan with the pronouns, yes. Male Schizo-chan, if you will. Now this is Advanced Warfare, Kevin Space. Yes, the guy who has a lot of allegations, and I'm pretty sure people already know. I'm not looking to get Epsteined. I'm just saying, if you know, you know. Mastering classical warfare has always been my Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. You know what, I'm happy a lot of the people in the Snoot community hate me. It's so funny because I used to be loved, but then I use AI and people hate me. I say faggot and people hate me. It's so easy. It's so easy to gatekeep, dude. I don't know. I didn't think Snoot was infested by a lot of leftists, but here we are. All you have to do is live your life, and you'll find out. Call of Modern Battle Warfield 5. They also hated Jesus for telling the truth. Oh. No. Snoot's not in a good place. I don't know. It's definitely being co-opted. Caveman-on's gone to shit. There's only a few mod makers out there I trust, and I can count them on my finger, on one hand. Everything else is whatever. Who's hating again now? Oh, it's just people on the devlog board. I had to look at it because Hoshin posted my thumbnail. And people are crying about AI. I upset someone on the Crimson Dragon server by calling femboys AGPs, and it was a fan of movie nights with Mia. I don't know. The what I was told by Hoshin, or not Hoshin, Horu. I'm gonna get everyone's names mixed up. Horu told me like no one's wanting to join the what is it, the Discord that has that broadcasts itself out of the dragon porn visual novel game on Steam. And I'm like, okay, I'm just there for the news, not the nudes. But yeah, I guess that's why people would be offended, because technically, at the end of the day, 3 weeks is kind of a more than lewd game. It's got very nude imagery strewn about. So yeah, you're gonna be offending a lot of gooners in that Discord. Just letting you know. That's why I don't really say anything. I shan't speak lest I get banned, you know? So after this, it's Snoot Encore, most likely. Most likely. I don't know when though, but sometime after this. I might give myself like a few more days of a break, because like it's like every other day going to this. It's been like a marathon. Why is Liz being bored like she's spaghetti? Technically, I wanted the AI to like devour her life force, like to see like a spirit being sucked away or something, but the AI really doesn't know what it wants to do. So I'm like, fuck it, we'll just go with the spaghetti noodle. It'll work. Marathon. The old one or the new extraction shooter? I mean like as a marathon, as in one after the other. It took Devour literally, yeah. That's the thing with AI, is that originally I wanted the AI, and the AI is like a pussy faggot. I wanted the AI to turn Liz's neck into like the shape of a noose and get like the sad worried Oon sprite and post it right there and be Rope Coon all over again. It would have been funny, but the AI didn't want it. I don't know. AI didn't want to fucking do it for me. I'm gonna have to pay real people. Which AI? I use Google Flow because there's like unlimited gens. So far, the only thing it puts its foot down is if I'm like if I'm unintentionally using the pro version, which it always defaults to for some reason. I don't know why. They really want to get their shekels out of it, I guess. But you only get so many pro generations, and it puts its foot down, like you can't make any more. And you're thinking like, oh damn, I gotta wait. But no, if you downgrade to what is it, Nano Banana 2 or whatever, it's unlimited gens. It's never, the only thing it really gets bugged out is if it senses, and I use that in big quotes, if it senses unusual activity, which is stupid. Like, what is unusual activity? What, I'm trying to spam the right fucking generation to pop out? Like I've always done? Unusual activity, my ass. I gotta look up some multi-modeled, uncensored models. Or at least, like, stuff that isn't, like, afraid to be offensive. You know? But yeah, I've yapped too long. What sucks even more is I need to take a bathroom break. I started at the wrong time, so I'll be right back. you got a good GPU, you might do the interface locally. Well, that's that and finding space for it all, because isn't that like a bunch of gigabytes and shit? I'm already struggling to like manage my data here because I got like all this I got like a backlog of high seas games and Steam stuff. So I literally have like 2 different fucking portable drives just clunked into this thing, man. It's barely holding on. Anyways. Typical SDXL model is like 7 gigs, gotcha. And then the setup's probably confusing. I'd probably like break it. My god. And then I have to do the thing like feeding it information and stuff, don't I? So that means like actually stealing people's art. I at least like to ambiguously not know what I'm getting out of Google or whatever, you know? If I have to steal, I'd rather not know, you know? Porkmort, what is your forbidden Snoot opinion? I mean, I went through that, like, what is it, during the Bug Fable stream and stuff like that. I was ranting. I don't know. The forbidden opinion is Reddit's really taken over the Snoot community. Oh, what am I doing? Odds. No, whoop. Load. I'm not thinking. I'm gonna assume this one. Yeah, because we saved it twice. I remember that. We accidentally saved it twice. If you run one script and it does everything for you. All right. Maybe I'll look into it. I don't know. I'm lazy. During the trek, wait, this is when we just fucked off from the student council. What is it? The get together for that stupid festival, I think. At least that's what I believe. During the trek, I managed to calm myself down, more or less. But I still can't fully shake my anger towards Ben, and most of all, my amazement that everyone's just letting him do this kind of shit. And he has the gall to tell me how thankful I should be. Yeah, I mean, sure, his plan did work, can't deny that, but he only did that in hopes of getting dirt on Mia, and to get her expelled, and me not getting my skull broken in is just a nice added bonus. To Ben, I mean. If I asked him about it, I'm sure he'd say some inane bullshit like how he's doing it for the greater good because dealing with Mia is in the shared interest of everyone. As if he's actually had some noble goal and wasn't only going after that red cunt for her daring not to play by his rules. The way Ben casually belittles the people around him makes it pretty damn clear that he gives no fucks about anyone besides himself. Like, it's such a small thing, but I can't believe Lizzie still has to hang around campus at this hour just because that blue faggot is making her. Shit, if it was up to Ben alone, we might have had to wait another hour for him to get back. So much for his compassion. I decided to mention this tiny little detail to Liz too, but to my surprise, her only response is one of those high-pitched giggles she does. The kind that makes her long neck jump and vibrate with the sound. Haha, it's fine, really. If I didn't want to, I wouldn't be doing it. Rap G! Like, this is the exact thing I'm talking about. Why is she giving Ben so much slack? Is this selective blindness, willful ignorance, or is it a totally mundane, blissful kind of ignorance? I just can't wrap my head around it. I know Liz can. Literally. You still should have gotten one of those guys to do it. My guys? Oh, you mean, I'm not their boss, Inko. To that, my only response is a raised eyebrow. Okay, I am their boss, but it's just not like that. Uh-huh, right. Ben sure wouldn't show that much restraint, and you know it. Oh, and as if in his place he wouldn't be doing the same thing. Huh? What's that supposed to... Wait, no, I mean, yeah, I would. That's my point. I got that, but it's... Sigh. You are who you are on your worst day. Come again. You are who you are on your worst day. That's all there is to it. The rest is just a pretty lie to make up for it. If I give in to the convenience today, I'll do it again tomorrow, and then again, and before I know it, I'll be the worst person I know. That sounded very, profound? We heckin' wholesome, I'm only 14 and this is so deep? Yeah, well, it better, because that's all the bullshit I keep telling myself to make it all worth it. I'm really not sure what to say to that. I guess the silver lining here is that Liz is beginning to trust me more. To tell me something like this, or maybe she's just not familiar with the idea of too much information. A stark contrast to how she clammed up back at the mall. But regardless, I figure I might as well be nice in return, to try and make her feel a little bit better about the situation. What if I offered, though? Would that still count? What do you mean? That you wouldn't be ordering me around if I made the offer. Or not if I made the offer. I mean, geez, I live here now. I have to make the trip anyway, so the 5 minutes it would take me to... Yeah, I'll have to stop you right there. Huh? Even if what you're saying was true, I still couldn't let you run off with the key to the office. There's a key? Of course, we keep all our paperwork there, not to mention the ledger. But hey, it totally wouldn't be a problem if you joined us. Joined us? You mean joined the student council? Yeah. Oh, you're kidding, right? Well, a little, but what's stopping you? Not wanting to be Ben's errand boy, for starters. I mean, seriously, what's in it for me? Like, at all? Again, Liz giggles, but this time she picks up pace a little as she does, suddenly standing in front of me to block my way, hands behind her back and leaning in a kind of conspiratorial way. What's in it for you, You could hang out with me a whole lot more, for starters. To my garbled failure of a response, Lizzie's giggling intensifies, but then she leans back, falling into step beside me again. No pressure. But yeah, it would be really nice. I say nothing, putting one foot in front of the other awkwardly. Luckily, though, Liz takes my silence in stride. Even if there's now a suspicious little spring in her steps. Oh my god. The office room is just as barren as I remembered it. It's kind of weird, though, thinking of it as if having to remember something that only happened yesterday. But I just can't help it, because it feels almost like a week had passed since then, with so many things happening all at once. Ugh. Seeing Liz home and meeting her roomie, blackmailing Mia, getting into a fight with Ben, back home, things even half as interesting would happen spread across months, if at all. And even simple school stuff in general, it's like I can't take 2 steps without stumbling over some weird dinosaur thing, or showing my newness here in some other way. I guess I haven't gotten over the culture shock, not completely. Or rather, it's more of a people shock, if that makes any sense. Anyway, I stay mutely by the door, watching Liz as she puts away all the stuff we bought. I consider coming up with a joke, or maybe a pun. Really only way to say something, but then decide against it. Not that I want to agree with Ben about me distracting Liz, but the more she can focus on her stuff, the faster we can leave. I guess there's such a thing as too much socializing, even for me. That's why I think. Quite the odd sentiment, and apparently something that isn't only not lost on me, because this time my silence doesn't go ignored. Everything okay? She doesn't look up from whatever she's doing, but I hear hints of concern in her voice, nonetheless, which I'm fast to allay. Sure, why wouldn't it be? You just got kind of quiet there. Something on your mind? Quite a lot, actually, none of which I feel like mentioning, or else I'd already be talking about it. Or, that came out weird. Or else I'd already be talking about it. I gotta stop reading before I read. I mean, do I really want to go there? Whine to Liz right to her face. It's really nothing. I'm just trying to make sense of this place, that's all. Mm-hmm. Any part of it in particular? No, don't, I honestly don't even know how to answer that question. Sigh, rap G, I guess I really am looking at the gift horse in its mouth here. But, can I ask you something? Yeah, sure. So, how did you and Ben end up being friends? Still hung up on that? Yeah, I mean, considering. Considering what? Considering that he's got a stick so far up his own ass, the tip might actually be fusing with his gray matter if it hadn't already. Except, of course, I can't just say that. Well, considering that he's not the most sociable person, to put it mildly. I'm having a hard time imagining how the two of you even met. Oh, that's easy. I was already on the student council when Ben joined. Wait, what? When he joined? I thought... Yeah, I know. But I was on the council way before Ben got involved. It was in his second year. I was kind of, advertising him. For a while, you know, because I was still more familiar with the ins and outs of our stuff when he was elected. While she talks, Liz finally takes the final item we bought, the ink cartridge, and moves over to the printer to the far end of the room. It's right next to a heavy desk, kind of centered with the other tables facing it, making me guess it was to be Ben's throne. So anyway, let me tell you something. I know that you keep seeing Ben as snobby and stuffy, but you really gotta look at what he does, not what he says. Compared to how smoothly things are running now, back then the council was one giant knot of red tape. Nothing got done. But Ben took charge and he cleaned up house. Like, looking back, I have no idea how we could have not thought not using online calendars was ever a good idea. Huh. Right, okay, I think I'm starting to see things more clearly now. Come to think of it, Liz has never been shy about showing her disdain to whatever shady stuff Ben sets her up to, or whatever else crap he does. And this explains why everyone else puts up with his shit too. Basically, what Liz is saying is that Ben is the lesser of two evils, and they're only keeping him around because he gets shit done. As I'm still processing the information, Liz finishes operating on the printer machine, and with a satisfied sigh, wipes her hands off on whatever ink residue or tone or whatever smudged them. All done? Yep. Alright, great. Let's get out of here. Oh, and thanks for the story time. It was really actually helpful. I'm glad to hear that. Liz gives me a smile as she says that. That feels kind of off, actually. Way too warm for having just told me about Ben's status as a necessary evil. Think she'd be more torn about that. Unless I'm misunderstanding her, which I really don't think I am. Whatever. Regardless, we get out into the hallways, and after Liz carefully locks and double-checks the door, we're soon on our way out of the auxiliary building. There aren't any more words said, but the silence isn't awkward or anything. I guess we're both just tired. Or rather, this might just be a normal day for Liz, but I'm definitely getting all kinds of exhausted. Exhausted, and groggy, and kind of antsy, and I want to light a cigarette really, really bad. But I know much better than to whine about that, so instead I just keep my mouth shut. It's not until we're about to exit the building that the silence is broken again. If there's ever anything else I can help you with, feel free to let me know. Right. Thank you, Miss Chief Treasurer. Come on, I didn't mean it like that. Plus, I owe you one for today. Huh? That you helped me out? Wait, but I thought I owed you for, you know, For saving me from Mia? Oh, I didn't even... I figured I was just doing my job. Nah, it's... The words catch in my throat as I spot a familiar figure just over Liz's shoulders, making its way across the yard. Let me guess, it's gonna be Olivia. I gotta get the smoker voice ready again. Rap G. Damien? I thought he came back. He came back with the milk. It's Damien. All packed up and ready to leave. I thought he came back. Shit. Where is he going? Did something happen that I didn't know about? Does this have to do with their fight with Ben? A shady asshole that blue fucker is. Still, I can't see him taking out his anger on Damien and getting him to move out. Look. I point out the red dino to Liz, who, to my surprise, doesn't look all that startled by the sight. Damien, hey! Oh, I gotta get my smoker voice ready for Damien, too. I keep forgetting. Shit. I call out loudly, waving my arms in the air as we move to intercept him.
Incal, Liz, what are you guys doing here?
I was gonna ask you the same thing. What's going on?
All right, I think I forgot to tell you. I'm going home for the weekend. For, the whole next week, actually.
Oh. Damn, D, way to spring that info on me. I see. That's pretty much all I can say about it.
Yeah, I already talked with him about it with Nidekin and everything. He said he'll even email me the lessons and what assignments I'll get.
Assignments? What assignment? I almost want to interrupt Damien to ask that, but at this point I figure it's better that I let him finish. It's probably some elective I don't have anyway.
I really want to go and see Mom. Sorry again for not telling you.
No, I mean, it's fine. I'll miss you in class, though.
I bet. But you can sit with Ben, keep him company.
I'd rather not. I'm also not a huge fan of how that dickwad keeps popping up in every conversation. It's not exactly endearing him to me. And no, I'm totally not saying that out of jealousy, but there is such a thing as information density. Sure, D, maybe. At my lack of enthusiasm, Damien smiles wavers a bit, but only in the slightest. If I blinked, I could almost have missed it. Not sure if she's noticed, but Liz moves her head in closer too. Oh no, Liz nut. Won't he be upset? Excuse me? I'm a little offended, especially after all the miles Lizzie goes to make me not hate him, that she implies my company could upset Ben, only then to realize she's talking to Damien, not me. About what, I don't get, but D seemingly does, rubbing under his neck flaps, absent-minded.
Yeah, I hope not. Ben he doesn't know yet. I told him I was gonna go see Mom, but, I'll just call him from the boss.
The significance of all this goes well over my head, but I do recognize some drama when I see it. There's a lot of underlying tension going on here, and no way in hell isn't this related to the argument Ben and Damien have been having. Still, having just seen first-hand evidence of how keen Blue Boy is on telling people where to be and what to do, I'm very much inclined to believe he wanted to keep D from going home. Who is pinging me? Oh, Mr. Medicare stream. I'll have to catch the archive. Which is like kind of an asshole move, any way I put it. What? What's he gonna get so upset about? He's not your master. At my wording, Damien visibly flinches. Liz narrows her eyes too, but she reserves comment.
No, I know. It's just he wanted me to help him with his charity thing, and this way I won't be able to.
So what? That's what I think, at least, but I don't say it. I'll see if there's anything I can do.
You would? That's awesome. Thanks, Liz. You're the best.
The way pipes up, even his neck flaps are standing to attention. The sight is a little unnerving for me, as I still haven't fully gotten accustomed to them. But not only is Liz unaffected, she seems to appreciate Damien's comment, and seeing the wide smile she gives him in return. This time I can't deny the pang of jealousy I feel over it, surprising even myself. Don't thank me yet.
I know, you'll do great. If anyone can do it, it's you, Liz.
Yeah, right. Okay, buddy, let's break this up. Aren't you going to miss your bus, Dee?
Huh? Oh yeah, you're right. Well, it was sure nice talking to you guys. Keep an eye on Ben, will ya?
Sure. Have a safe trip. Say hi to your mom for me. Yeah, for me too. With that, Damien picks up his luggage again, doubling his previous pace out of the gates and down the hill. He only turns back briefly to give us an awkward wave off, and to yell back at me that the bruise on my eye's totally invisible now. Yeah, right, as if I needed his pity. Watching him go, I can't help but frown and loosen my shoulders that I didn't even notice I had all proper and flexed until now. This conversation went kinda wrong, and I can't very well say why it did. I should probably just chalk it up to how tired I am, making me unreasonably short-tempered. Plus, it does suck in itself, knowing that I'll have to survive a week's worth of classes without Damien there to break up the monotony. And that he didn't even bother to tell me. I'd better get going too. Huh? Oh, right. Yeah, probably. But it was nice hanging out today. Definitely. So, see you tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Nothing, but you'll be there when I tell Latican about Mia, won't you? Almost forgot about that. Oh, right, sure. I'll be there. Following that, much like with Damien just now, we simply wave at one another to say goodbye. It's about what my tired mind is capable of coming up with. Before leaving, Liz pats me on the shoulder, on her face showing an apologetic smile, as if saying she's sorry too about the lame send-off. I don't say anything in response, my mind already abuzz with a new thought. Even though it seems Liz is in no hurry to leave the campus, still I wonder whether she'll catch up to Damien, and if so, what kind of conversation they might have. Not exactly sure why. Not that it's really any of my business, yet the thought never quite leaves the forefront of my consciousness all through the rest of the evening. Then again, to be fair, I don't do anything special that could get my mind off of it. It's all scrolling web shops and social media, shitposting and doodling around. The standard St. Hammond's dormitory experience, as I'm getting to know it. The most involved thing I do is giving myself a manicure. It almost makes me want to scope out whether there are any actual worthwhile activities to do for such a famous private school, but having seen how mundane all the classes are, my expectations are admittedly quite low. For instance, I don't know if the school has any clubs, like a movie club or something. A movie club with Mia? Because even if I'm not interested in listening to pretentious hipsters gush about their totally unique crowdsourced hive mind takes, watching movies would, and should give me a better way to pass the time, and it would save me the hassle of having to choose. But no. So as such, I do nothing, or at least nothing more mentally taxing than trying to figure out some program for the weekend, and come up with nothing. Came back with the cigarettes. This whole mod is information density, that's true. Well, hello, chat. Sunday. Oh, what a beautiful day. It could have been. Yeah, okay, maybe I'm being a little too melodramatic. Today isn't so bad, not compared to the first half of the week at least. Because not only isn't anyone because not only isn't here anyone trying to actively beat me up or sling insults at me, but the weather, for instance, is surprisingly pleasant. we're really starting to leave the winter cold behind, as I completely butcher all of that. It's not yet warm enough to get all sweaty, but neither am I shivering out here on the balcony. In fact, the sun is shining so nice and bright and warm, I made the executive decision to climb the stairs to the very top floor of the balcony layer cake the dormitory building has. God, I'm just butchering everything here. This mod hates me specifically. It's cursed, I tell you. Oh no, we're in Coda again. It's the top of the school. It's a little bit more lush, more established than the balconies on each floor, with a tiny rooftop garden, proper benches, and an overhang to sit under, probably because it's easier to get out here. No playing card games with the door, just climb a staircase from the inside. But anyways, I'm not here to sightsee. My goal here now is to have my lunch out here and a smoke. Lunch really being a very generous word for it, as essentially I'm just going to slurp up a cup of instant noodles. That's why I wanted to get some fresh air while I do, because a depressing lunch is just that. But this way, the environment kind of balances itself out. And though normally I'd love to enjoy some company as well, this time I'll have to put up with the company of just me, myself, and a cigarette. And a couple of noodles and a bunch of dirty lawn chairs, one of which I neatly clean off and then take a seat on top of. The view from up here is pretty great. I can see all the way to the mall, over the cranes by the construction site, and far along the highways leading out of the city. They stretch across the surrounding hills and valleys, each one of them adorned with gas stations and car retailers. Thinking about the geography for a moment, I think I can make out the exact road Mom and Dad used when they first brought me here. Sneaking in from the south, we even stopped to get some waffles at one of the rest stops. There are some steeper cliffs near the city limits that would be normally hidden from view by the many low-rising buildings downtown, with some very much not affordable housing estates built there. I wonder what kind of rich pricks must live there, and if any of them go to St. Hammond's. I follow along the streets until my eyes catch on to what might be the park Liz took me to, where the festival will be held. Just some treetops reaching above the buildings, but if I strain my eyes, I think I can maybe make out a few bodies, coming and going like they did when we were there. Hanging out with Liz was pretty much the highlight of my week, thinking back on it. I mean, nothing especially interesting happened since then, and by that I mean nothing not mind-blowingly boring. On Friday, we met up early before the first period to talk to Mr. Latikin, which pretty much went as could be expected, and although I also wanted to take the opportunity to ask Liz if she's down for hanging out this weekend, unfortunately I didn't get the chance before she had to leave for her own homeroom class. It's whatever. Sadly though, it didn't mean that I had a perfectly fine weekend to waste. So, here I am. Skip. The only way this could get better is if Damien was here to distract me with his shenanigans. Man, it's really gonna suck not having him around all week. To make up for it, I tried talking with some of our other classmates, but let's just say the conversations weren't very riveting. Hell, I even tried talking with Ben during class. For all the shit I keep giving him, he could have been an excellent backup pair of ears. But then all that happened was that he blamed me for Damien leaving, like as if I had absolutely fucking anything to do with that, and clammed up for the rest of the lesson. Typical, really. Even now I could see his smug face. Hear his smug voice. Oh wait, I can literally hear Ben's voice right now. Am I going crazy due to sensory or social deprivation, or... Curious, I get out of my seat and move to the railing. And yeah, that's him. There he is. Oh god, we got stick dinos. Why does Ben look like a statue compared to the stick dinos? They're erecting a statue of Ben! And someone else, lots of someone else's actually, his usual entourage of student council members. By now, I recognize some of them by their faces, like this one guy who told Liz he can keep things under control during their stall building session. And, would this mean that the Lizzie Lizard herself is here somewhere? I can't see her, but... Sloshing the remainder of my noodles around in the bowl/cup, I weigh the pros and cons of going down there to check. For one thing, I'd die to have someone to talk to. But I really don't want to get caught up in whatever the fuck Ben has his puppets wasting their free time on. Sigh, do I? Do I not? Might as well just flip a coin at this point. Except now I have a nagging feeling in the back of my mind, telling me that if I leave it up to chance and miss out on something, then I'd only have myself to blame. I know I'd hate that. If I stay away from Blue Boy, how bad could things really get? For a couple more moments, I stay by the railing and watch the dinos down there strut around. While I make various faces and frowns as I consider the situation, but ultimately, with another sigh and a mental shrug of my shoulders, I figure I might as well go. But it better be worth it. They gave Ben negative ass, a sin. I wasn't even looking there, man. Soon, following a speedy check-in at my room for my wallet, just on the off chance I could convince Liz to get a coffee with me or something, I arrive at the ground floor of the dormitory building. At the same time, I keep racking my brain on why exactly I keep thinking about Liz so much. This really isn't like me. I mean, sure, we've been spending time together, and yeah, I admit, I pushed for it on more than one occasion, so it's only natural she'd be in my thoughts. But back then, it didn't. It's barely been a week. And what's Liz ever been to me anyway? Helpful? Caring? Kind? And she can hold a conversation. And she's attractive and very disciplined, but also kind of a softie, and... Uh-oh. Now in front of the entrance, I stop dead in my tracks. Unwelcome thoughts crowd my mind, many of them mostly pertaining to Liz's current relationship status, and that I don't know enough about it. Well, didn't she say she was single? Or was that in a different route? I have to try my damnedest to make sure these thoughts not just unwanted, but unheard instead. It's probably best to turn my brain off right now. Look left, look right. Okay, it's safe to cross the street in my mind. Rapji! This is proving to be way more difficult than I thought it'd be. Mechanically, I push my body into motion, as if changing my physical location could distance me from the inside of my head. Yeah, he crossed the street in his mind. In a way, I guess it kind of does, because now I have to be careful not to run into Ben. And, I can't even see him anymore. Absent from the crossroads at the middle of the campus where I've last seen him. Maybe he went up to his room too, and I just missed him. Pretty much on autopilot, I make my way towards the main building. If Liz isn't outside, then maybe she'll be inside. Although, now I'm a little antsy about actually finding her. What a stupid fear to have. Passing the halls, I walk along the corridors at a slow pace. It feels eerie seeing this place so devoid of life. I mean, I'm sure I'm not actually the only one here. I can hear doors opening and closing every now and again. It could be members of the student council, or maybe it's just the janitors. Either way, the sound is kind of distant, and it seems to be coming from the stairs. From one of the upper levels, so I set a course in that direction. Not even with the knowledge of someone else being in here with me. Simply the thought of being in school on a Sunday feels wrong somehow. Nobody stopped me, sure. The doors weren't even locked or anything. But still, it's as if I shouldn't be here. Like I'm doing something wrong. Or more like I should be doing something else, something more productive with my time. Reminds me of the year back in Rock Bottom when we had to have some classes on the weekends, because it was because of a sinkhole that opened up near the school that swallowed up like 2 houses whole. School was out for months, and then we had to make up for it during the rest of the year. You think the worst of it can get... Wait. You think the worst it can get is having a school shooting, but no, in rock bottom, the very planet is trying to stop you from getting an education. I remember there being rumors about some old mine collapsing because the company in charge was doing illegal shit and didn't follow safety protocols. Allegedly, anyway. Though, given that it was run by folks from the nearby reservation, I'd be inclined to believe that shenanigans were involved. Other than that, the only occasion we ever had to go near the school was when we were putting up prom decor from the senior years. And on other formal events, like the semester opening ceremony. I always hated those, and in fact... Oh no, Mia? Ooh! I see those pink. It's either Mia or Misha. Call it. Did he have much of an ass to begin with? Well, I mean, in what's the mod? Asterisk season? They definitely put that on display on the thumbnail for sure. And I'm not talking about mine. I'm talking about like the Steam Workshop thumbnail. Or at least it was back when I first saw it. I can't finish the thought, arriving at the second floor right as someone crashes through one of the classroom doors in front of me with the comparable grace of a hippo. It all happens in a blur, and at first I have no idea what I'm looking at. A moment later, however... Oh god, I gotta do the Mario voice. I knew it. Hey, she has a theme song at least. They gave her music. Oh, I'm not ready for this. There's a frilly raptor sitting on the ground, nursing her poor, hurt rear and fluffed up tail with a wince. Hi there, Mish. Oh, Inko, where have you been? I haven't seen you in forever! What do you mean? It's been like, what, 3 days? 4? No, Inko, you're focusing on the little things. It's been 100 hours and counting. Uh-huh, right. Well, I'm here now. So, if anything, I suppose Misha would know where Liz is. Wherever it is they're doing, I'd wager they're doing it together. As it happens, though, despite me meaning the question more as just small talk, a polite thing to ask, an exasperated, pouty, helpless expression creeps onto Misha's face. Oh, Inko, it's no good at all. What isn't? Contrasting her usually bubbly demeanor, now Mishka looks like she's carrying the weight of the whole wide world on her shoulders. I should have picked up some printouts from Miss Procklin, but I just can't find her. I forgot to ask where her class is. And now I'm already 5 minutes late. Oh, what am I going to do? She starts pacing back and forth across the hallway, wailing softly. Miss Procklin? She's not one of my teachers. I think not at least, but the name still sounds familiar. Maybe Liz mentioned her once, like, isn't she her homeroom teacher or something? Holding out a hand to get Misha's attention, I ask her the same question. That's Lizzie's homeroom teacher, right? It is. Do you know where? No. Crap. Hold on. Doesn't Liz have most of her classes in the side buildings? If I were you, I'd look there. At least that's what Liz told me. She picked classes that are in the main building because of how low the ceilings or something. Ah, that's right! You're a detective genius, Inko! I wouldn't call myself hard-boiled or anything, but sure, let's go with that. Alright, that's what I am. Misha, now bouncing on her heels happily, leads me downstairs and through the hallways to the auxiliary building adjoined to this one. The same building where Liz and I have that one shared elective, and where the student council office is located. I didn't expect to run into Misha, and neither to be recruited by her like this, but I'm actually thankful for her company, mostly because I still feel that odd sense of unease about the prospect of being alone with Liz. And I'm still not sure why. Like, I'm just feeding into confirmation bias, right? If Damien was here and we were hanging out, I wouldn't need to be thinking about finding another source of entertainment, and Liz just happens to be the perfect candidate for that. A surrogate friend. On the way there, Misha keeps me occupied with another onslaught of questions. Much like the first time we met, she's really one curious girl. This time her questions are about my upbringing and human society in general. According to her, she wouldn't mind moving to a place like Rock Bottom. I don't know about that. I mean, for one thing, it's rock fucking bottom. And the reverse situation's pretty damn hard for me to deal with, but I don't tell her that. Thinking about it some more, though, for a dino to move to a human-populated area, maybe it wouldn't be so difficult. You'd only have to put up with the absence of extra limbs and shit, and not the addition of like 70 different types of combinations. But being mostly human-like, just having, say, a long neck could technically be a positive, I guess. Maybe I shouldn't think so hard about it. 10 minutes later, we're still not sure what room to really be looking for, or if we're in the right building at all. In the end, it's only the muffled sounds of a conversation that lead us to our destination. According to Misha, one of the speakers is definitely Miss Procklin, while the other we can't make out. Oh, it's gotta be Solly. Well, it's gotta be Liz, right? It only makes sense she'd be here, and she can be kind of soft-spoken. At least when she wants to be. Misha, with no hesitation or knocking, enters the room. Inside, contrary to our previous guest, stands a sole figure surrounded by chairs and tables and all sorts of junk and whatsits, making up a classroom that is anything but ordinary. There is everything crammed in here, everything. Stuff half of what I never would have expected to see in a high school. I mean, a flag, okay, a TV, a fake skeleton, a podium with a microphone stand. Maybe I could see those happen. But then we have a telescope just sitting there, a papier-mâché volcano right out of elementary school, some odd thing with arms modeling celestial bodies, certainly not our planets. It's like a random grab bag of items that got dumped here to collect dust, and they've just been sitting here since. I can't even tell what subject is supposed to be taught here. The only thing I can guess with some degree of certainty is the stack of papers on one of the desks. No doubt the printouts Misha needs to pick up. Despite our not really subtle entrance, the woman, Miss Procklin, I presume, doesn't immediately notice us. Too caught up with a phone call. Looks like that's what we've been hearing. She twirls and tussles her hair, looking pensively out of a window. No, I'll be there. A deal's a deal, right? No, yes, next weekend. It's just the usual package. I'll bring the... At this point, she finally notices us, gasping softly and lifting a hand to her mouth as if she said something bad. Listen, I have to go now. Students are here. We'll talk later. With that, she puts down her phone and clears her throat. There's a bit of a pause, and the end broken by a very uncomfortable-looking Misha. Did we interrupt? I'm sorry for being late. By the way she gulps at the end, it almost feels like there was a wahaha trying to erupt from her throat, but through heroic effort, she pushed it back down. It's fine. Hello, Misha. And hello, Misha. Wait, no. I thought she was up next. Fuck. You caught me off guard. And hello, Misha's friend. She gives us a warm smile that oddly feels directed more at me than the raptor next to me. Speaking of which, is that what this woman is too? She's looking scrawnier than any raptor I've seen, and her tail doesn't have that feather ball thing. But then again, us rock bottomites have always been astoundingly who gives a fuckish about dino species. Do the Mario. This music is barely audible. Yeah, like I said, I showed... I'll go on options, and this thing's cranked to the max. I can't... Well, I could make it louder in OBS, but that's a them problem, dude. Oh, look, it's an XP. I was going through the Wanigamu files just now, and there are sprites for a character named Ian. Have you encountered him yet? I don't think so. Ian! Nope. Hi, I'm Inko. It's a pleasure. I should have known. She should have. Liz told me so much about you. She did? No. Of course, you're running with Mia and everything. Oh. She steps closer, lifting a hand as if trying to take off my shades, from which I quickly back away. Surprisingly enough, she takes the hint and stops just a few inches shy from actually reaching me, but nonetheless still tries to see under the glasses. How's your eye? I don't see any bruising, but... That's fine. It doesn't even hurt anymore. Good, that's good. She gives another one of those warm smiles, pauses for a moment, and then turns to Misha. All right, Miss Mikado. I got the printouts Liz asked for. Since it's just the three of us here now, we can go through them much quicker. Huh? Hold on. It just now dawns on me that not only it seems Lizzie isn't here, but that I've gotten myself dab in the middle of student council business again. Hold on. No, I'm not watching the stream. Oh, Liz isn't coming? She's got way too much studying to catch up on. That's why she sent me in her stead. She puffs out her chest proudly, as if doing someone else's chores was anything to be proud of. And, well, that's just great. The one time Liz doesn't abide by her stupid rule, and it just had to be now. I sigh and would immediately be about to try and come up with an excuse as Miss Procklin speaks up again. Actually, Misha, could you please run to the office and grab us a stapler? I don't think I have one here. Oh, sure. I'll be just a sec. You know, if you're gonna smoke, you should learn to hide it better. Oh, shit. No, I didn't. Of course, just been around someone who smokes, right? Down by the bus stop, I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, it's a weekend, and, are you going to bust me for this? Maybe it's the shock, but only after I said the words do I realize how directly I addressed her. Despite her young looks and apparent sense of humor, she's still faculty. No, I won't. That's why I sent Misha away, so I wouldn't have to. Huh. But consider this a warning. Oh, that's, thanks. Think nothing of it. I know how it can be. Besides, it's my day off. Wow, and you still came in, miss. Miss, please, don't make me feel older than I already am. Sorry? It's fine. And yeah, I came in. I care about Liz and her friends, and I care about the student council. They're such a bunch of busy bees, I couldn't live knowing that I'm the one who's keeping them down. It's a damn shame no one else seems to notice that. Well, I don't want to say that she's right. I mean, she is right. I just don't want to say it. It's proving difficult to say anything else, though, let alone anything meaningful. Luckily, I don't have to, because it's at this exact time Misha returns to the room, almost going through the door panel like she did when we stumbled upon each other. I got it! Whoa! She trots over to Miss Procklin, handing her the stapler victoriously. Thank you, Misha. Now then, let's get started. Shooting me one last mischievous glance, she moves to the stack of printouts, shuffling them against the desk, and then sorting them into thirds. Misha is already sitting at one of the tables, taking to the task eagerly. Meanwhile, even once I'm handed my third of the papers and a pen, I hesitate. Of course, I don't have the first idea what I should be doing with them. If Miss Procklin expected Misha to have told me, well, that didn't happen. But more to the point, it seems like the very last moment I could still somehow escape the situation. Unfortunately, I just don't know what to say to achieve that. But once both girls have taken their seats, I'm afraid the moment had slipped me by. Resigned, I sit down as well. So what exactly should I be doing with these? Whoa! You just got to sign them! Sign them? Me? Uh-huh. Why? It's protection against forgery. Miss Procklin emphasizes her sentence by jotting down a signature, and then looks up at me, pointing at the papers with the tip of her pen. Their coupons, we'll be giving them away this week before the festival, in hopes that people will check out our stall and maybe our play. Play? Yes, with the improv club. I'm the president, you see. Huh, so there are clubs after all, and improv sounds much more interesting than watching movies too. Anyway, we need signatures on the coupons because if we can print them, then anyone can print them. She holds up one of the printouts in front of her, with the back turned to me, bearing her signature. It's really easy. Nah. On first instinct, I want to protest, like, some good my signature will do them. I'm not even in the student council. But then I realize, this way all of the signatures will be one of ours. As long as they know to look for mine, it should all work out. And hey, I can already tell that Ben's gonna get a stroke, having to put up with that. So really, even though I could imagine several more pleasant ways of spending a Sunday afternoon, this might just be worth it. It also makes more sense now why Liz wanted to practice his signature all of a sudden. Then again, I also just happen to know the printer ink is so goddamn expensive that using it to print coupons like these is basically throwing that money into a fire. But whatever, if that's what they want, then I might as well. But the monotony of the work soon settles in, each one of us focused on the task. All that's heard are the shuffles of paper and the scribble of pens. There's some back and forth between us, mostly between the girls discussing the rest of their planning stuff, but every now and then I interject with a joke or a question. I even learned that this anti-forgery thing was Liz's idea, and not Ben's for a change. It's probably why Blue Wonder wasn't involved with it. The task itself is kind of mindless and very mechanical. The repetitive motion almost makes me imagine as if I was signing fan letters or something. That's a healthy fantasy to have, right? Either way, we spend like this for the better part of an hour before Miss Procklin excuses herself, having to leave for some kind of appointment. It's probably what she was discussing over the phone when we entered the room. By now, after having signed like 200 of these fucking things, my hand is all smudged with ink, and generally I'm bored out of my mind. The best thing right now is probably to take a break. I stretch and yawn, popping my joints. It's been a couple of minutes since Miss Procklin left, and it looks like she took with herself the rest of the conversation. Is this really what student council business is like? I thought there'd be more bantering included, more jokes and shit, and not just doing the jobs like monks. I guess, maybe Misha simply just doesn't know enough for that. She's very outgoing, but when I think about it, compared to her, I'm still an older guy. Plus I'm human, and a new student here. Maybe I should put in an effort, getting to know her so I can keep this cool new guy thing going. If she's really as talkative as she appears, I could use that to spread some kind of baseline reputation through Miss Mikado. Maybe I can even get two birds with one stone here if I do this right. I mean, how hard could it be to convince Misha to let me go? I just need to find the right angle. Clearing my throat softly, I try to get her attention. Man, how many of these things do you guys print out? Huh? 500, I think. She appears lost in thought for a moment before slamming down her pen with a hearty laugh. Getting bored, Inko? I guess, kinda. I mean, hey, with all the fun we're having, are you sure Lizzie won't feel left out? We really should have saved some signatures for her. I had a goofy laugh at the end to really sell the bit that I was only joking. My plan here is to make Misha consider actually saving the last couple dozen printouts for Liz. After all, she's always trying to be involved, right? Naturally, I'm making the assumption that Misha thinks Liz wanted to be here, but I feel fairly confident about it. And the half-serious look she's given me, pondering the point, it seems like I made the right call. And if Misha thinks she's the one that's bringing it up seriously, then, well, who am I to disagree? Now that you mention it. Hook, line, sinker. Mention what? I think Liz would totally like it if she could sign some of these. And now to safeguard myself, just in case Liz would question Misha about her decision to dump extra work on her. You're not serious, are you? I mean, I guess I could see it, but... We stay silent for a bit after that. I shrug, leaving it up to Misha to make the judgment call. I'm fairly sure of what she'll say. But then, seeing as she remains uncomfortably indecisive, I nudge her along. All right, well, I'll take you up on that. You know her better than I do. Loudly, I push my chair backwards, letting it scrape along the wooden tiles, and then hand Misha my 2 stacks of paper. After that, we idle for only just about another minute or so until Misha gathers up all the rest of the printouts. Iconic laugh, yeah. Oh, Misha does sound a little annoying. I never played that way. Misha Nikakato. Oh, God. Michigan. Michigan. Just got here. What is the chick from Demon Slayer doing here? Is that literally what this is? Is this a Demon Slayer reference? She's supposed to be Katawa Shoujo character. Really? I never played that VN. Too weeby for me. Yeah. Soon we're out in the hallways again, but the awkward silence is from the classroom follows us here too. I try not to notice it, and busy myself rubbing the ink off my palm. Mostly, I don't mind this change of pace, having Misha talk my ear off with her endless questions, because I don't want her to rope me into another chore. I'll turn the AC on. My God. Oh, not that cold. Ugh. Although, would she? I don't know if Misha is as dutiful as Liz and Ben are. To join an organization like the Student Council in the first place, you'd sure have to find these kind of menial tasks interesting, but Liz and Ben are like the pack leaders. They have a personal stake in all this, but Misha? She's more like a grunt compared to them. I wonder if I could get more unbiased rundown of things from her. Hey, Mish. Huh? I rub at the back of my head, unsure how to properly formulate the question. I just wanted to ask, why did you join the Student Council? Inko, you're asking that as if you were asking me out. Well, I'm not. Misha, do you come here often? She even imitates my voice, puffing her shoulders out broad to appear more masculine. Which is then I immediately followed up by her much more feminine laughter. Blood rushes to my face, and all of a sudden it becomes unreasonably hard not to let a hint of indignation seep into my voice. That's not how I meant it. Oh, I know. Liz is the only one for you, isn't she? That's not how I meant it either. The Raptor Girl's snort-like giggles continue for a good while. Even as we arrive at the exit, I'd rather she doesn't see my face right now, so I use the opportunity to look outside into the yard. There's still several of her peers running around. Even Ben had returned. Somehow, Ben returned. I watch him for a bit, waiting for Misha to quiet down, and then I nod in the direction of the blue dino. Seriously, what makes you want to hang out with someone like him? Even Damien bailed on his ass. Oh, no, Inko! Damien went home to see his mother! I look at Misha, but no words come. How could she not know? Well, I begin to say, only then to stop, because if she doesn't know, then that would mean Ben basically firewalled everyone, or at least everyone not in earshot of the room in the dorms. I wouldn't mind exposing his assholery, except I don't want to sound like a crazy person going against his word. Nothing. I just think Ben's a dick. Misha only laughs at that, and at first I'm a little surprised, but then what doesn't make her laugh? I'll tell her that Liz you said hi. It takes me a moment to adjust, and to realize that Misha is not very subtly ending the conversation. Yeah, sure, thanks. See you around, Mish. With an awkward half-hug and a high-pitched laugh, she then trots away, holding the printouts to her chest. What an odd person. At least she didn't make me say hi to Ben and lick his ass like Liz does. Maybe Elizabeth is fine with a mouth tasting of lavender and entitlement, but I'm not. Ugh. Haha, oh boy. Oh. Oh, I gotta adjust my neck. Oh, there's a little crack. Not good enough, though. Having parted with Misha, I returned to my room, thinking about all the ways I could spend the rest of the afternoon. Nothing especially interesting comes to mind, so I figure why not go to the old reliable shitposting in bed? Top threads have been so low quality lately anyways. Can't hurt if someone reminds them not to be absolute drooling retards who suck trip bag dick, and instead post something interesting. The only reprieve I take is to finally hit up some of the folks here on social media. Liz, Misha, and Damien. I send all three of them a generic sup message, accentuated by the wave emoji on the application implores me to add. And an extra winking face for Liz. I probably should have done this earlier, but really I just couldn't be bothered. While I prepare myself a sandwich, I keep thinking about which one of them might reply first. It ultimately doesn't matter, but at least it keeps my mind occupied. Damien must be busy with his family, and Liz with her studies, so the most likely candidate might just be Misha, unless of course she decides that she's had her fill of me for today. And thinking back on the awkward way we said goodbyes, that could actually be the case. Maybe I should have sent Ben a message too, if nothing else than a badly drawn picture of him eating shit with a label written on the comics in Comic Sans saying, "What school event is this?" I can already see in my head the perfectly crude face I'd give that prick, but then my musings are cut short by an incoming message. Nah, what do you know? Hi. Thanks for helping out today. Oh wow, someone sure is energetic. It was nothing. It was kind of fun. Really? No. Yeah. So what are you doing? You hitting the books, lol? Nah, I'm making dinner. Oh, that's right. Didn't she say she's learning how to cook? What you making? French toast. And all I have is a stale loaf of bread and some cold-cut mystery meat. Nice. Yeah, but I'm running out of strawberry jam. What? You put jam on French toast? Yeah. What, you don't? I've literally never seen anyone put jam on French toast. Not that I ever really look, but still, sweet stuff and salt and oil just don't go together like that. Yuck. Wow. Is that a human thing? What would you put on it? Nothing. Or mayo like a normal person, lol. Ew. And then she sends a puking dino face sticker. Well, we can't all be connoisseurs, apparently. But whatever. Lizzie could probably use the encouragement, and I could do with a less argumentative conversation. So, when can I taste it, lol? It takes time for Liz's next message to come through, her stopping and starting to type several times. Next time you come over, if you behave. Oh my. She wants me over, again. The thought alone makes me feel, It makes me buoy. Wanigamu made me feel things. It makes me, before I could think too hard about it, I thumbs up the message and closed the conversation. Shit, what do I... Almost immediately, there's another notification for an incoming message. But when I take a look, it's not Liz's name staring back at me from the text bubble.
Hey, bud. Not much, just chilling with my fam.
Nice, awesome. Couldn't have asked for better timing. Quickly, I type in some generic inquisitive questions. They don't have to mean anything, they just need to sound personal enough to hook Damien in. To get him to distract me for a bit. Where are you guys at? Everyone doing good? Is your mom okay? Oh yeah, that should start an avalanche of messages, alright. Just the perfect backdrop to get my mind off Liz. As expected, Damien goes on at quite some length. About his weekend, how happy he is to see his mom now that she's out of the hospital, where I didn't even know she was, the visit they made to a lake where they learned to fish where he was little, the board games that they played today, it's all sappy stuff. Reading between the lines, though, I get a bit suspicious of all these blanket statements he's making. All group activities, and nothing specific he did together with his mother. Even though that should have been the whole point of him going, like, shouldn't it? The way he's telling it, it almost feels like they're just humoring her. Makes me kind of intrigued, but not enough to ask. After a while, another message from Liz comes through as well, her asking something about that elective we both have. I can only read part of the message off the notification bubble before it disappears, although I'm not really sure what I'm accomplishing by not properly opening the conversation. I'm not even being stealthy. She can clearly see that I'm online. I guess I just wanted to give myself some space to think before I say something she might take the wrong way. Because hanging out with Liz is one thing. I like doing that, and I like it when she seems to like it too. But she simply doesn't need to know just how much I like it. And a proper date would be something else entirely. I'd have to get new clothes, scope out a nice place to take her. Can't say that I've been on many dates in my life, but I always made sure that people knew I was taking the girl out, and that compared to me, they wouldn't stand a chance. But here in Dino Land, it's so unreasonably hard to impress people, mostly because I can hardly even predict what they'll even think half the time. So yeah, whatever. I should focus on building up my reputation first. Getting all tangled up with commitments is neither fish nor fowl for me right now. To get my mind off of it, again, I talk with Damien for a bit longer, for about another 20 minutes before he says goodbye, being called to dinner. Being a bit more calm and collected, I reply to Liz's message, too. Oh, just some random bullshit for plausible deniability, and then excuse myself as well, saying that I'm going to watch a movie. Which wasn't actually my intention, but I might as well, with tomorrow being Monday. This is the last chance I get to do something fun before it's back to the grinder for another week. I feel a little bad after all I did kind of waste this weekend, but it's nothing I'd slip my wrist over. So I get comfy in bed and begin scrolling through stone flicks lazily. What sleep finds me before I do a movie. I'm gonna go grab another water. I'll be back. Wanigamu made me think things. I don't think Bowie would even play this game. Okay. The next morning, fashionably late from homeroom, I'm strolling slowly through the hallways. Unlike yesterday when I was here, now St. Hammond's is practically buzzing. Is this? No, this is new. It's practically buzzing with life, the noise of people talking and creaky chalk or squeaky felt on the board coming from all directions. Every now and again, bodies shuffle by me, students and teachers rushing to get to their classes. Some of them give me odd looks, likely wondering why I'm not jogging down the corridor like they are, but most of them don't pay me much attention. I'm not even that late anyway, only by like 2 minutes, and I'll be there in 5 tops. It's not that I'm deliberately trying to piss off Mr. Latikin, or as if I wanted to make a scene or anything. I just see no reason to be there for the daily cordialities. A girl I know from homeroom runs past me. Right as I turn the last corner, she looks back briefly too, maybe remembering that she's seen me around, but doesn't wait for me. I reach the door at about the same time she would have closed it, but then she leaves it ajar when she feels me pushing on it from the other side. What's odd is that the next thing I hear isn't her apology for being tardy, but instead another woman's voice mixed in with Mr. Latikin's, whom she's speaking over, to the point where I can barely make out what he's saying, despite the teacher's desk being right there. I listen for a moment, but then close the door immediately when I hear Mia's name being dropped. Oh, he wasn't there! He wasn't there to meet up with them! Uh-oh. Or was he? I forget. The voices muffle and my heart jumps into my throat. Who is this woman? What's got her so worked up? Her voice is kind of familiar, as if I've heard it before, but is this gonna be Mia's mom? No way this is Mia's mother, right? Did that red brute tell her about the recording, or... Oh no, no, no! I so wasn't prepared for this. What can I even do? If she runs into me out here, I'm fucked. But it's not like I could just leave. God fucking damn it. Think, Inko, think! Think, Thinko! Thinko, think! I could try and sweet talk her, but no, that wouldn't work. I don't even know this woman. What if Mia's in there too? Seeing her sneering face would just be the cherry on top. But gosh, what else is there? It's so fucked, and I don't want to be so fucked. Well, Mr. Latikin's in there, right? And Ben could be too. Grim as it is to admit it, they're probably the best defense I can muster up right now. Still, I hesitate. I mean, it's not like there's an outright shouting match going on or anything. Out here, I can barely even hear their voices. Whoever this is, maybe she was just stressing a word or something. It's been about a full minute now. Oh, what the hell? Oh boy. My eyes close, lungs filled with air, and I brace myself for the inevitable as I push the door open. Are we even going to get a Sprite? Is it going to be Cassandra? Well, if it was Cassandra, there'd definitely be no Tony. An immeasurably long second passes, as no doubt that those inside the room process just who intruded upon them. Someone calls out, and I flinch. But it's neither the voice nor the words I was expecting. Ah, well, there he is now, if you are still curious. It is him you should ask, Maestra Olivia. Huh? Okay, we were goated. It was Olivia. How did we not know Olivia's voice, huh? Strolling slowly. God, the writers sure love alteration. Brain blast, yeah. But for now, please, let us begin the lesson, and I would like to talk to you after class about proper use of language. Mute, absolutely floored by what's happening, I can only watch as the fat crocodiles, or alligators, whatever she is, piss-colored eyes focus on me. Am I getting this right? Was what I just heard Olivia yelling at Mr. Latikin for something I know? What the fuck?
I'll ask him.
There's a notable lack of an apology in what she says. If she really just did scream at a teacher, but I gotta adjust the pillows. My neck is just fucked. My God. There's a notable lack of an apology in what she says, as if she really just did scream at a teacher, but then I doubt Mr. Latikin wants to keep her after class for nothing. For a second or two, she keeps her eyes on me, rolling backwards with her chair before turning around and taking her place by her desk. Master Inko, if you would be so kind to take your seat as well. Huh? All right, I probably should. Sure, sorry. With that, and after closing the door behind me, I hurry to my desk. That is, to the empty desk where Ben and Damien usually sit. As I go, I notice Olivia looking straight at me, not even trying to be subtle about it. To be quite frank, I almost forgot about her whole sorry existence. Well, no, I did forget about her, completely. At least I sure as shit didn't expect her to show up to class today. And what's this thing she wants to ask me? Now that the immediate danger is gone, so is all my interest. I honestly don't care much about that green ham planet one way or the other, but I'd sure hate it if she came up to me all chummy. Hanging out with the losers is not exactly the reputation I'm trying to build. I mean, we talked like what, twice? Thrice? Not even that. Sure, I can even tell her to piss off, but I don't want to be the guy who's a dick to the cripple. Not publicly, at least. I know Liz's opinion of her, but I better wait and see what everyone else thinks, too. Looking around while Mr. Latican steps away from his desk to properly greet us, I see pretty much just one, or maybe two bored faces looking in Olivia's general direction. Even her throwing a tantrum doesn't seem to faze most people, or maybe they're just too used to it. I don't recall her having a pleasant personality, though I also don't recall her having a personality at all. Other than being mildly annoying, she's evidently quite forgettable. Alrighty, young masters, good morning. A few people return to the customary greeting, but none match the White Tarot's energy, faked as it probably is anyway. Regardless, Mr. Latican seems content with that, picking up a clipboard from his desk. He takes a moment to look through it, putting it back down afterwards with a knowing smile. Let's see here. Ah, yes. Well, I can't tell much about it just yet. I'll have big news for you all later this week, and I'm very sure you will all be absolutely thrilled to hear it. I can't say I'm absolutely thrilled, but this sounds promising. Because I'm like 80% sure that this is either about Ben's stupid charity thing or Liz's festival stall. Maybe both, or maybe it's Miss Prockling's play. Whichever is the case, it sounds like a great excuse to hang out with people. Mr. Latican goes on for a bit longer, but he says nothing concrete to further solidify any of my guesses. What's more, a second after he looks away, something lands on my desk, a crumpled up wad of paper rolling forward with motion. I could barely catch it before it would fall off the ledge. Surprised, I turn around on instinct, but I can't see anyone other than Olivia looking my way. Again, or still. As if to answer my unspoken question, she nods and raises an eyebrow. Okay. Turning back around, now less enthused about whatever's on this piece of paper, I carefully open it in my lap. Last thing I want is for Mr. Latican to notice I'm passing notes in class. I don't know what Olivia wants from me, but I'm pretty sure I don't want to risk it being read out loud in front of the whole class. That'd be a character assassination in the highest degree. Character suicide.
Find me at lunch. I want to talk to you.
Right, I really don't know what I expected. But sitting with her in the cafeteria and everything, because I'm certain she doesn't mean talking out in the gardens. Let me bullshit my way out of this real quick. I shoot a sneaky glance at Mr. Latican, making sure I won't get caught, and then jot down my response. Can't. Other plans. Please don't reply. That should do it. Fast, I toss the paper back to Olivia and then pointedly not wait for her to read it. I guess I'm only delaying the inevitable because whatever she wants was worth shouting at Mr. Latican for, but this way I can maybe get her to talk somewhere secluded and minimize the harm done to my reputation. Class around us continues unabated, but I more or less just turn my brain off at this point. We're already at the art history part already. I know it interests some people, but not me. All the important famous people you'll know from the internet, not from books. Books that are best were written half a decade ago. I wouldn't want to be book famous either. I'd like to revel in my fame, to be talked about while I'm still kicking around. What's anything matter after I die anyway? I wouldn't even want to have a big funeral. Not my 99th birthday, on the other hand. That should be televised worldwide, with parades in the street and everything. Oh, well, I still have to get there first, but some ambition never hurt anyone, did it? If I wanted to have a birthday party right now, I'm not even sure how many people would show up. Liz and Misha, of course, and they may even bring some other friends. Same goes for Damien, naturally. And if I really wanted to, I'm sure I could get Ben to come. Maybe some people from back in Rock Bottom. Yeah, I could maybe even invite Miss Procklane. She's one of the teachers, sure, but she seemed pretty cool. Yeah, sounds like I could magic up a half-decent party at this point. Sigh, and now I want to do it too, or attend some party at the very least. Billiards, soft drinks, a nice wide dance floor. It could be quite neat. As the lecture goes on, I keep thinking about how I could make this fantasy into a reality. Though as the clock ticks ever so closer to the end of class, I keep paying more attention to Mr. Latican too, and to when he's about to let us go. I absolutely don't want to give Olivia a chance to stop me, and her being kept after class should give me an excellent opportunity to slink away. And then I'll just have to go through the rest of the day without her pestering me. What a time-wasting digression, yeah. The cafeteria is already packed full by the time I step away from the chow line, people talking loudly, dudes bantering between themselves, and girls spreading gossip. It'll be hard to find an empty table like this. I suppose this is what happens when you spend the first half of the period trying to find a hidden-away place for a smoke. I'd love to say that at least it was worth it, but it really wasn't. And neither did I succeed at my secondary objective of finding Liz. I distinctly remember her saying that she sometimes eats out of the gardens. Wait, eats out of the gardens, yeah. Eats out in the gardens, but today is either an exception or maybe Ben has her running errands again. Because I sure as shit don't see her in here, either. Her guys from the student council? Sure. My own classmates, yeah. Even Mia's here, giving me a dirty look from one of the corner tables. In response, I shoot her a cheeky grin, a little wave of my fingers, and she, of course, immediately gets up from the table, only stopping when I imitate playing a recorder in the air. I swear I can almost hear her growl even from this distance. Before the scene could escalate further, though, I turn away and continue looking for a place to sit. Luckily, there's a table kind of tucked away in the back, near one of the exits. It's positioned terribly, looking like someone would almost be in the passerby's way if more than two people sat there. Must be why it's empty, and though I lament sitting by the loser's table, right now I still prefer it over sitting with a bunch of strangers. Not in the least because I'm still kind of grossed out by the odd dino bits flapping around when these guys eat. Glancing quickly at my phone as I sit down, I confirm that there should be just enough time to have my lunch and only be just about 5 minutes late to the next class. Sure, could have done with some proper company, but I'll just have to.
Hey,
Ah, fuck me.
so the plans didn't work out, huh?
Without waiting for my reply, she rolls up to the table, slamming down her tray on it so hard that the blood from the raw steak adorning it nearly sprays all over my face. They didn't now.
Yeah, I figured.
Aw.
Thought you wanted me to get lost, or else I might hurt your poo-poo reputation.
Holy damn, she's sharper than I expected. Usually I'm a much better liar, too. I didn't think I'd have to bother with her. Not that me trying to swindle her seems to bother her any. Digging into her meal with the fervor of a real fat ass, Olivia is apparently perfectly content with the situation. I guess I better just roll with it, too. Huh, roll. Sigh. Well, since you're here now, what did you want to ask me? She pauses, wiping her mouth with the back of her hand. Yeah, she would.
Oh, come on, isn't it obvious?
Not really. I mean, I did overhear her talking about Mia, and now that I think about it, didn't she ask me the same thing last time we talked? Still, I have no idea what it is I know and Mr. Latican doesn't. What do you want from me that the teachers couldn't tell you?
The truth.
About?
About when you guys will finally take down Mia.
And you think I know better than Mr. Latican does? Why don't you ask Ben or Liz?
I don't like talking to them.
She turns her attention back to her meal as if that explanation didn't only raise more questions. Why? Do I even really want to know? Fat weirdo that she is, it's most likely Olivia can't have a normal conversation to save her life. Not with Liz anyway, but the Ben thing I can understand.
Will you answer the question or not?
She squeezes the question indignantly out between two bites, and I rest my case. I have no idea. We have kind of a stalemate situation, I guess.
You guess.
I have a recording of her threatening me. Understand? Oddly enough, that shuts Olivia up for far longer than I thought it would. She even puts her utensils down and wipes her mouth more carefully with a napkin, as if she was suddenly self-conscious about how she looks. When she speaks next, her voice is one between amusement and disbelief.
You're blackmailing her.
That's the idea. Again, she stays quiet, rotating her wheelchair to the side to take a look at Mia from afar.
I don't think that'll work out so great for you.
It has so far.
And is that it? Is that how you want to be her?
Why do you even care so much? She frowns at that, turning back to the table but not really making eye contact.
It's personal.
Personal. Yeah, right. I bet it was something like Mia hassling her fat ass and her taking it as a personal attack against her, being because it was the only social interaction she had for a week. Yeah, well, you have your answer.
I really don't, but fine.
Oh, for the love of... If you're not satisfied, go bother Ben, not me.
Oh?
There's an odd little lilt to her voice now, as if something I said suddenly piqued her interest.
Him, but not his other half.
I'm assuming you mean Liz.
I do, and do you want to spare her the pain of having to talk to me?
Okay, she sure is all there, I'll give her that. But to be this goddamn blunt, I suppose I'll just have to be blunt in return. Yeah, got a problem with that?
I don't, actually. It just makes you boring.
Pray tell, how does that make me anything?
You're too obvious, too plain. It's boring.
Uh-huh, should have guessed it would be something nonsensical like that. I'm sorry that I couldn't live up to your expectations.
Are you?
No. What's your problem with Liz, anyway? I have a pretty good guess. After all, I did hear Lizzie tell the story, but for some reason now I want to hear it from the source.
She's not as interesting as your rose-tinted glasses might make it seem. Is that answer enough?
No, I'm serious. I know she helped you get your room, so why are you being an asshole to her like this?
Oh, and what are you, her protector? Anyway, I'm not being anything to anyone. We stopped hanging out, and I didn't ask her why because I don't mind. For me, I guess it's that she's also obvious and boring.
You guess?
Touche. But hey, you guys would totally make a cute couple, and I'd finally have a reason to gorge my eyes out.
The fuck? I'll just assume that was trying to be a compliment. You're a fucking weirdo, do you know that?
Oh, now you're just singing my praises.
No, I'm not. What on earth is wrong with this person? She's gotta be fucking with me, because there's no way she's this much of a bitch for real. Yeah, well, let's agree to disagree. I get up from the table, not even caring that I haven't eaten a single bite, ready to end the conversation, but of course she doesn't take the hint.
Aren't you going to eat your lunch?
No, if you can believe it, somehow someone just ruined my appetite. And in the future, please go to bed with your shit, because I don't care. I'm about to storm off, but then the green cunt goblin grabs the back of my jacket, and I'm anchored by the combined weight of her and her stupid chair.
Shit, dude, I'm sorry if I didn't mean to make you upset. I mean, not so much.
Yeah, no, just a little bit of for your own amusement, huh? I sigh heavily, finding the urge to let loose the next colorful euphemism dancing on the tip of my tongue. Look, I'm trying to be diplomatic here, okay? But I can't put this any other way. I don't find your company pleasant, so could you just please leave me alone? Since I'm apparently a boring shithead anyway, it shouldn't be hard for you.
Okay.
The expression written across Olivia's face, even with my still limited knowledge of telling dino expressions apart, shouts that there's more she would want to say. But she doesn't. And I'm absolutely fucking fine with that. Enjoy your lunch. Bye. Those are the last words I waste on her, walking out into the hallway without as much as looking back. I guess it was a good thing, sitting so close to the exit after all. Too bad it was a fire alarm door. Eats out of the garbage. Olivia would. Ugh. Oh, is this the laundry scene again? My god, hold on. Okay, the laundry room is still the laundry room. Uncomfortably sticky, wet tiles, humid air in the minuscule windows can in no way vent. The chairs and tables and 2 rows of washing machines. Yep. Luckily for me, though, at least I have time to manage to find the setting I would normally use for delicate fabrics. Still, as I load the clothes into the machine, I must admit how much I hate the inconvenience of not having an auto dry function. I would have to come back here after classes anyway, but now I'll have to pray to some higher power that all my clothes won't take in the dampness too much, and that nobody else will take them out of the drum because then they'd dry all wrinkled. But then again, I've been putting this off for far too long, so if for nothing else, I really should be thankful to Olivia that she opened my eyes to what will happen if I let a firm handle on personal hygiene slip away from me. That's about all she's good for. With how empty the room is, it looks like the other students here at Gloria St. Hammond still have to reach that conclusion. Either that, or they did their laundry on the weekend, or had their families do it for them. Or it could be that they're just simply asleep. Classes won't start for another 2 hours. I didn't plan to get up so early either, but all morning I've been feeling restless from the moment my eyes opened. My brain kept chugging away at 200% capacity, thoughts fleeting in and out of my consciousness. For me, it was just another Tuesday, because I'm Thinko. I think the cabin fever is getting to me. I really, really want to be doing something, anything. To be stuck with my own thoughts as Thinko is just a fate worse than death. Anything. A party would be best, yes, but what could I do to make it happen? One big enough to be worth the hassle? Like, I could ask my parents for some money. If I splurge and make a big splash, maybe more people would be inclined to show up, and I could sure make some new friends that way. Connections, in the very least. But I don't know. Sigh, whatever. After classes, I'll go out to the town. Some sightseeing ought to clear my head. I need to find a place where I could snag some cigarettes anyway. That store Liz mentioned, the one she worked at, sounds shady enough. If I can find it. Glimpsing at the time on my phone before the dial tone blasts into my eardrums, I'm sorry to see that it's already a little past 5. Yeah, we're gonna go smoke, aren't we? Buy some smokes. With classes over, and after hauling my thankfully not soaked to shit clothes back to my room, I've been roaming the streets for just over 2 hours now. It's been kind of boring, to be honest. I've combed the streets and alleys around the mall through and through, but no signs of that headshot I'm looking for, and neither of anything else even mildly interesting. Well, he tells you something that even after going the tourist route, with a milk toast mocha latte and a croissant in hand, I couldn't get into the sightseeing mood. I mean, there's just nothing to see. So in a bid to not let this afternoon go to absolute waste, I decided to call Liz to see if she has a tape she's made at her place. Right, she has the tape she made at her place. She wanted me over anyway, so I could make a copy of it too, just in case. The one upside of signing Misha's stupid coupons was that they all had Liz's number on them, and along with the rest of the information, it's now etched firmly into my gray matter. Ring, 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 ring. Hello, who's this? Hey, Lizzie, Lizzie Lizard, Lizard Lee. Oh, Inko. How many times have I told you to cut that out? Oh, come on, but it's fun. Besides, it couldn't have been more than 3 times. Sigh, what do you want? Well, the thing is... I paused, suddenly unsure, but at the same time very annoyed at how hesitant I am around Liz lately, even over the phone like this. I thought I'd come over, if that's okay with you. There's a surprising little noise on the other end of the line, and I can hear fabric being shuffled around. Maybe she was in bed or lounging on the couch. You mean right now? Right, I didn't actually say. Taking a deep breath as I think it over, I rub the back of my neck. Yeah, I thought that, but if it isn't good for you, we could... I just wanted to get the tape because I wanted to make a copy. Even though that's true, mentally I scold myself for playing my cards so early. I really should have waited to see if Liz was okay with me going over, like, just for the sake of it. Oh. Am I imagining it, or is there disappointment in her voice, too? Oh. But I don't have it here. She doesn't? Wait, what? You don't? No, Ben has it. He keeps a copy on his person at all times. Rap G, of fucking course he does. Wow, isn't that, kind of creepy? What if Mia takes it from him? Or aren't you afraid he'll lose it or something? What if someone finds out? He said he'd take the blame. That's plausible. Honestly can't tell if I believe it or not, because on one hand, it's Ben we're talking about. But then again, it is Ben we're talking about. Only problem is, he's probably in the dorms at this hour, and going back there would defeat the whole purpose of looking for an excuse to hang around downtown. So, you don't happen to know where he is, do you? Sure I do. He's headed to the construction site with some of the guys. What? Why there? Double-checking some stuff for the event, I think. Oh, isn't this where we went last time with Mia and Ben was there with a bunch of people? And we harassed Ben or something? That charity thing? Uh-huh. Well, isn't that convenient? I'm like 20 minutes from there. Oh, then you could probably head him off. But, yeah. So, does this mean you're not coming over? Right, I almost forgot. And shit, what do I say? I don't want to offend Liz, but going over now would feel weird again. Or would it? Am I the only one thinking that? Like, it would be a statement that I care for her in a way that I don't necessarily want to admit, or not yet anyway. What's odd is that I never really had this fear before, not with any girl. It's just that Liz is so delicate, I don't want to, Plus, it's kind of like what Olivia said. It'd be too plain and obvious. I don't want to be boring. No harm in playing hard to get, right? Oh, well, do you have any French toast prepared for me? What? Why would I? But how long would it take you to get here? Because I could, or if you could get some eggs on the way. Oh, no, it's all right. I'll just swing by another time. Right, because this totally isn't a cop-out or anything. Not like I could get the tape from Ben at any time, because it's not like we live in the same building, let alone on the same floor. Let's go with the golden middle path, or at the very least, what I think is the golden middle path in this situation. We could keep talking if you're free. What you doing? While waiting for Lizzie's answer, I start walking towards the construction site, gulping down the rest of my latte and throwing the empty cup next to a bin along the way. Not even into the bin. He's Jeet Maxing. I guess I could take a break. Just been studying anyway. As she says it, from her end of the line, I can hear doors opening and closing, and then the sound of traffic nearby. Either she's opened a window or she's gone outside. Right. The ever-so-diligent student council chief treasurer. Sounds real nice when you put it like that, but I'm mostly trying to make rent. That scholarship thing, huh? How good does your GPA even have to be for something like that? 3.5 or up, averaged over the last 2 semesters. Geez, I knew she was smart, but not like that smart. Wow, what courses are you even taking where that's possible? It's called lawyering for the creative arts. Wait, what? You're gonna be a lawyer? Are you part Rhino Rex? Nah, it's more like a business thing. We're learning about copyright laws and stuff like that. It's certainly not going to make me pass the tribal, But even though Miss Procklin keeps telling me I could do it, that still sure sounds more involved than whatever the fuck I'm doing. It's been over a week now, and I haven't had to study for any of my classes. I won't be getting a scholarship, oh no, but I could stay above the water just fine. Thinking about what to say next, I turn onto one of the main roads. It's the one I use, and presumably everyone else does too, when commuting between the mall and St. Hammond's. Should be another 10-15 minutes to get to the construction site, although I might as well keep going till I cross paths with Ben. Now, getting back to Liz, though, I feel like some more teasing her is in order. But you still would have to play... Wait, but you would still have to play hooky with me. Have to play hooky with me. Oh. I wouldn't say that, but you could have helped me... You could have helped me study. I have quiz cards and everything. Gosh, Liz, you're just a fucking cinnamon roll. Isn't that what a girl like her would call a date anyway? Your quintessential, let's study together. She's not Claire, buddy. At least she doesn't want me over to play interior designer again. Quiz cards, huh? That's so geeky. Though I meant in the comment only in jest, Lizzie's discontent sigh is clearly audible. They help. In the end, that's all she says about it. I guess that's what matters. Still minutes away from my destination, muffled sounds of hammer on nail and heavy machinery hits my ears. Oh hey, I'm getting close. Should I go? Well, no, not if you don't want to. I mean, we can keep talking. Good, I already came out into the backyard and everything. You got one of those? Yeah, it's like a communal garden kind of thing. If you ask the landlord real nice, he sometimes lets you have a cookout and stuff. That sounds pretty dope. Maybe we could get one of those going sometime. Yeah, right. That's enough of a hassle to pay rent on time, thank you very much. I meant like if everyone chips in. Maybe. But there's gonna be the... Whoops, hold on to that. In the middle of Liz's is this Ian? Is this fucking Ian? God. Oh. In the middle of Liz's sentence, I finally spot Ben, along with some poor soul who got stringed along for whatever bullshit mission Blue Boy is on. Hey, Lizzie, I could see Ben now, so I'm going to deal with him real quick, and then we can continue talking. Sound good? Sure, I'll go back inside, but I'll hold until you're done. Alright, thanks. With that, I pull the phone away from my ear, waving a hand around in the air to get those two dinos' attention. Ben! Guys, hey! Though I'm jogging right up to them, Ben doesn't seem to acknowledge my existence until the very last second. Gotta pay more attention if you want to take my position next year, Ian. The info on the posters has to be precise, and we're already behind. Inko. There's a kind of awkward standstill, neither of us really sure where to begin. I mean, I sure would have had no problem getting to the point if it wasn't for Mr. Third Wheel here. Ben, probably noticing I'm eyeing his assistant guy thing, gestures vaguely in his direction. I don't believe you met Ian before. He's the class representative of Vladican's current sophomore class. Ian, this is Inko. He's a new student at St. Hammond's. He steps forward, and we shake on it. I've got no earthly idea what species he may belong to, with his giant snoot and skinny arms. Other than that, though, he looks like your average dino guy. He looks like if what's his face? If Vinny was thrown through like an acid vat of just green goop. An average guy in a really preppy, douchey clothes.
Hey, I heard you the thing with Mia. I'm sorry, dude. Your eye looks good, though. It does it.
Clearing his throat loudly, Ben interrupts the pleasantries and steps square between Ian and me. I'm sorry, but we're on a tight schedule. I assume you want something from me. Yeah, thought we could chat about the weather for a while. If wasting my time is your only agenda, then we must... Oh, lighten up, man. I wanted to talk about the thing. And which thing might that be? The thing that Liz gave you. I'd like to have a copy. Ah, that thing. The blue dino looks briefly at his associate and then pulls me aside without a word. It's only after we're a yard or two away that he speaks up again, and even then his tone is understandably hushed. Why? What do you mean, why? My voice is on the recording too. I'm involved in this. Why did you have to take it from Liz in the first place? It's for her safety, though I don't expect you to understand that. Inko, you made the right call convincing her to keep it, but that doesn't make you any less of a liability than you already are. Gee, thanks. And what if someone else found you? What if someone found you with it? What would you have said then? That I made the recording and that Liz had nothing to do with it. Yeah, great plan, except you forgot the part where they're going to ask me about it too. And if I don't know your bullshit story, we'd be contradicting each other. No, you know. The annoyed expression slowly blossoming on Brenton's face mirrors my own frustration perfectly. I can tell that he's trying to keep his calm, but his voice gets a little bit louder as he speaks up next. I'll ask you again, why do you need a copy? Why can't I just fucking have one? Don't you think I deserve it? No, it's because I don't trust you with it. Oh yeah, right, and what? Did you not trust Liz with it either? Is that it? Always so quick to offer your opinion, aren't you? She was unhappy keeping it. I did her a favor. A favor? Wow. Are you stupid? She's unhappy that the thing fucking exists. You didn't have to make her do it. And what would you have me do? Delete it? Please. By this point, Ben's agitation shows clearly. His fists balled up and his voice is no longer reserved whatsoever. Liz is an important asset, so her morale is paramount. Yours isn't. And let me be clear. Your cooperation in our business was only required while it had value to me. Though what Ben says really only serves to confirm my suspicions of him, hearing him say these things without even a hint of... Oh, you know what's wrong? Liz is hearing all of this right now. He didn't hang up at all. He didn't hang up at all, so Liz is hearing this shit. Although what Ben says really only serves to confirm my suspicions of him, hearing him say these things without even a hint of subtlety takes me aback. Seems like this is what he's really like when Damien isn't here to keep him in check. Or maybe he's still upset upset that Damien left. Whatever. Looking past Ben, I could see that even his fanboy Ian is shocked, mouth agape and looking like he's about to intervene. I even realize now that this is the same guy I seen him with last weekend back in the park. Yeah, the whole five twigs making a stick figure and all. Ben's supposed successor, if I heard it right what he said. Quickly I shake my head at him and turn back to the blue faggot himself. Do you hear yourself? Chill the F out, Adolf. I know what's at stake. I seriously doubt that. Well, then you can eat a dick. Come on, give. My free hand, I reach forward, palm open, and up in a clear gesture that I'm done arguing. A second passed, and then another. But then Ben sighs, rolling his eyes as he reaches into an inside pocket of his jacket. I don't have time for this. We're late as it is. Without further comment, he hands me a tape-sized, inconspicuously wrapped-up little package, turning his back on me immediately after. He doesn't even make sure I don't drop the damn thing. Watch, we're gonna run right into Mia, aren't we? Oh, it's all according to plan. Oh. I'm so not going to fucking thank him either. Once more, it looks like Ian wants to say something, but once more, he doesn't, following Ben along obediently, if a little hesitantly. Makes me wonder if the real reason Ben gave in was that he realized the damage he's doing to his reputation. People talk, Benny boy, and we just had the perfect audience. A house of cards is only as stable as its foundations are. I watch them go for a couple seconds more, and then get a move on myself. And enter Mia. With Ben being such a stubborn asshole, this took way longer than I anticipated. I hope Liz hasn't gone back to studying yet. Lifting the phone to my ear, I'm relieved to hear that she hasn't yet dropped the call. Yeah, she heard everything, I bet. I'm back. You there? There's that noise of fabrics being shifted around like before, and soon Lizzie's voice can be heard over the line. Oh, she didn't even... Unless she's playing dumb. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Uh-huh, how'd it go? I got the tape, but don't even ask. Were you listening? I mean, did you hear? I heard that you got in a fight with Ben, again. But I didn't hear the specifics. I wouldn't have gotten into a fight with him if he wasn't being a total dick. Rap G, like, you should have heard him. Well, do you want to tell me? I wouldn't have, actually. I mean, I'm basically just venting here. Plus, I did kind of promise Ben that I'd take Liz's well-being into account, and that's a promise I have no problem keeping. I would, totally, but you're probably better off if you didn't know. I know you guys talked about me. We did, but it's, I know Ben is your friend, and I don't want to be the guy who starts shit. Believe me, you're better off not knowing. Okay. Is it? So I know, silly, but I trust you. That makes the one of you. Johnning out a frustrated whine by turning into a yawn and a stretch, I figure it's best to move on from this particular topic. Let's talk about something else, alright? I got the thing, so it all worked out in the end. Now, about that cookout. During the rest of the trek back to St. Hammond's, Liz and I make reasonably calm, reasonably pleasant, and reasonably meaningless chit-chat. It's just to pass the time, really, and I suspect that for Liz, it's a good enough excuse to procrastinate. Well, that may sound bad to some, I'm glad to be your excuse, like, I'm glad it's me and not someone else. It's a little confusing exactly how I feel about all this, but at this point it'd be such an oh-so-pointless lie to keep denying it. I've definitely developed a crush on Liz. Oh. We're 2 hours in, and I gotta power 1 more hour. I gotta try. As nice as the weather was this weekend, so by Wednesday morning there's a cold front rolling in. The grass and shrubbery are all dewy and wet, And there are puddles left by an intense midnight rain. Even the general mood of the student body suffered a blow. All day people's been awfully quiet, paying attention to the lectures rather than to be talking to one another, which is a real shame because listening in on the conversations around me lately became one of my more entertaining pastimes. Now, in Damien's absence. What makes this more odd is that the teachers, too, seem to be under a general malaise, and aren't very keen on engaging with us. Most just lazily give out assignment sheets to be done by next week. Works for me just fine, though, and especially as this culminates in our last class of the day being cut short from us being let loose 10 minutes early. Stepping out into the hallway, I let my classmates walk past me. Some look back briefly, one or two even give me a nod or a little wave, but most don't bother. That's okay, though. Did we even get any real choices to make since entering the Liz route? I don't remember being prompted with any, well, except besides the thoughts thing. Something like this would usually bother me, but today it can't dampen my mood much, and that's because something's about to happen that I've been looking forward to all week. The date with Liz, right? My art technique for women class. With Liz. Now that I've admitted to having feelings, at least to myself, I can figure it's high time to actually do something about the situation. So this is where we're probably going to shoot our shot like last time, except Liz won't be conveniently busy this time. What, though? I'm not quite sure yet. Idly watching my classmates as they round the corner to the main hall area, I spot another group coming from the opposite direction. The ever-so-busy members of the St. Hammond Student Council. Oh god, Liz jump scare. Why does she look like a giant compared to them? Like she could just bite their head off. This time, Liz is with them too, long neck and red locks clearly sticking out of the crowd. She looks a bit put off, I can tell even from this distance. But I could see her for only a moment as she says a wide smiled goodbye to her friends, before she continues down the hallway and towards the older part of the building, to where momentarily our shared class will be held. There's a distinct force in her movements, and she disappears so fast I'm not even surprised she didn't notice me. I contemplate going after her. After all, I'm sure I could catch up. Not in the least because I don't have to play Twister with my neck and all the lamps and ceiling pipes, but I should come up with a game plan first, a proper one. What's more, although Lizzie didn't see me, the same can't be said for the rest of her peers, including Misha, who's already jumping up and down and waving energetically at me. Up until her dinosaur visage gets buried beneath a dozen or two rolled-up sheets of paper dumped on her by one of the other girls. They're infamous posters, must be. I've been seeing them put those up everywhere today. I didn't stop to read them, but I did see them. Shrugging, to really nobody else than my own thoughts, I walk up to the swirling crowd. Hey guys, hey Mish, sup? As she turns to me, she looks a little distressed, balancing the papers in her arms while trying to peer through them to look at me. Oh, Iko! Are you here to be my shining knight in white armor? That's not how I think the saying goes. Well, are you? I open my mouth to formulate a response, to say no, firmly, but Misha doesn't wait around for it. Can, actually, already busy passing posters to an empty hands reaching her way, and then trotting along the corridor with the moving mass of meddling Muppets. I look down the hallway, Liz left on, but can't see her anymore. I suppose that's good enough excuse to stick around here for a while longer. So, how come Liz isn't helping you out? I think I just saw her. She went to class. It takes Misha a moment to readjust her attention on me, fumbling around with the posters and trying really hard not to drop any. She wanted to be early. As she says it, something seems to click in the raptor's head, and she steps away from the crowd, as if whatever she wants to say to me required a more one-on-one conversation. Not like she'd lower her voice even a decibel. Whoa! So why aren't you there already? Because there's still like more than 20 minutes? Yes, but you should never leave a lady waiting and go never. I wasn't aware Liz requires my assistance to go to class. Whoa! Puffing her chest out, Misha laughs loudly into my face. You're really not the smartest guy, huh? Again, I'm just about to open my mouth for a reply, but again, someone interrupts. This time, it's being a new body entering the fray. Oh, I saw the green, and I'm like, oh, it's going to be Olivia. Oh, God. Oh.
Misha, hey, I don't want to intrude here, but we're kind of waiting on you.
None other than Ian, Ben's little golfer boy, appears next to Misha, ushering her gently back towards the others. Oh, I'm here.
Thank you.
With that, she returns to her friends, handing out posers haphazardly to anyone standing nearby. I'm not even sure if they were all really members of the student council, but they don't dare to say no anyway.
Finally, now we're getting somewhere.
Though I'm sure he didn't mean for anyone to hear his comment, more mumbling it than saying it. I still feel like pointing out how much he sounds like one blue whatever fucko sword Ben is. Oh, should I give him the Ben voice too? I don't know if I could do like Smoker Ben voice. I could try, but it'd probably come out really retarded. You better watch that shit. She's getting enough flack from your boss man already. I'm sure of that.
Huh? Oh, no, don't misunderstand.
Oh, wait.
No.
I can't do it. I'm sorry. It's just too much. It's too much energy from both sides to do that. It's just going to be Smoker voice. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, don't misunderstand. She's an awesome gal, and...
Missed his very animated protest, throwing his hands up defensively and all that. Suddenly, Ian stops, frowns, and then kind of just slumps forward.
Yeah, about that. I'm sorry about Ben's behavior yesterday. He's not like that. It's just...
Dude, no, he's exactly like that. Like, all the time.
Look, Inko, was it?
I nod, quite curious on what he's going to say, or more precisely, how he's going to try and bullshit his way out of this one. Well, Ian seems alright. If Ben sees something in him, then I'm sure there must be some livid asshole part of him too.
Liz told me that Ben has been giving you a hard time, and I'm not sure what all that's about. All I can say is that I'm sorry.
I can't tell if he's trying to play both sides here, or if he's simply unable to choose one. It's like back in the park, when he didn't speak up against Ben until after he left. Yeah, well, don't sweat. What is this about? Did Ben do something? Stuck away from the others without us seeing her, Misha rejoins the conversation. Quite the feat for someone with her aura.
No, it's nothing. It's, I'll tell you later, okay?
Inko, did Ben do something? Is that why he's not here? She's asking me that?
Misha, this really isn't a good time.
Oh no, Ian, this is the perfect time. So, come on, answer your awesome gal. Obnoxious as she could be, this time Misha's lack of volume control makes for some great theater. For me, sure, but far more importantly for the other students in the hallway, many of whom are already turning their heads our way, straggling closer and whispering between themselves. From a few poster-holding dinos I even heard murmured, "Did you hear that? Did you hear that? And is that hymns?" Well, it's not about me sitting on my ass with a freshly acquired black eye. I really do love these. How should I put it? Displays of public interest. Everybody loves a good gossip, especially about the local royalty like Ben. Oh, this is just so great.
Guys, we'll talk about this, okay? It just isn't a good time because I have to go now, okay? coordinate all other teams. I'm sure you don't want to be all there. I'm sure you don't want to be here all afternoon, huh? And I'm sure Inko has to go to class now too anyway, right?
He shoots me a look at Misha, apparently, pleading, most likely hoping that I get his meaning and that I'll be sympathetic. He doesn't want to bite the hand that feeds him. Of course I'm sympathetic. Why, that's practically my middle name, isn't it? Very theatrically, I pull out my phone and put on a surprised act as if I just let some time get away from me, even though there's still more than 10 minutes till the start of class. Ah, geez, Ian, you're right. Man, you're a total savior. I would have looked so stupid, like an absolute moron, and everyone would be staring at me, like, what is the skinny doing, huh? Ian's brow furrows ever so slightly. That's like he doesn't know where exactly I'm going with this, yet he doesn't dare break character. And a wet rag like him wants to be Ben's follow-up. Some big shoes to fill there, buddy. I pat him on the shoulder heartily, shooting him, Misha, and the rest of them finger guns as I back away. How dare you stood where he stood, buddy. Good luck with those posters, guys. See ya. Love you. Bye-bye. Before anyone could speak, I turn around and leave. With a brisk pace down the hallway, Liz went. After just about the same time, a bell rings, signaling the actual end of the period. Doors open all around me, and soon I get lost in the sea of students fighting their way to the exit. Man, now was that something or what? I haven't felt this much in my element since I left rock bottom. This was the first actual real no questions about it step I finally managed to take. To conquer the social ladder here. Finally. Not my big intro speech, because nobody cared. Not pity catering to some cripple, because God bless anyone who could put up with that green ham planet. It wasn't even friending it up with Damien or Liz. No, clowning on Ben's little prodigy in view of all the people who mattered. That's what socializing is about. Okay, you have a new friend invite. Oh boy, who is it? Now you're going to load? Unable to load notifications. Try again later. Okay, let's just check on Steam itself. What was today? Friday? No, Saturday. Steam shouldn't be down. Who the fuck is this? No mutual... Of course, it's got to be a hacked account because it's Counter-Strike, Team Fortress, Marvel Rivals. Okay, buddy. Okay. You just sniff Team Fortress 2 once on your library. You're fucked. You're getting bot-friended. My god. Get out of here. You just look at Team Fortress 2 wrong, and you get these invites up your ass. Oh. With a new spring in my step, I don't stop pretty much until I get to the threshold of the auxiliary building, stopping there only to briefly fix my clothes and to fish a menthol Tic Tac out of my pocket. Honestly, I feel like I'm on such a roll right now. I'm like pretty sure I can wing it and still land a date with Liz. I'll turn the air up a bit more. Still fucking melting. I don't expect her to say no, anyway. If I don't act like a complete moron, there's virtually no way I could screw this up. Sigh. Still, I should probably calm down, at least a little. Taking a deep breath and clearing my throat after, I push open the wide double door leading inside the auxiliary building. As I enter for a moment, I could swear I could see someone coming my way. Another student, probably, or maybe someone getting a stapler. But when I look back at the closing doors, it's... Oh, a face I know. Miss Prockling, I think her name was, Liz's homeroom teacher. She seems to be looking at the posters the guys had put up. Makes sense that there would be their offices around here. Normally, this isn't an issue I have with teachers, but with her, I'm not entirely sure how formal I need to be, so I opt for a kind of neutral way. Hi, good afternoon. She winces upon hearing my voice, and the way she turns around is oddly robotic, and kind of stiff, too. She's a skinwalker. Hi there. Neat weather, isn't it? We're indoors? I guess she must mean she likes rainy weather. Wouldn't be for my first pick. Wouldn't have been my first pick. But yes, of course, of course. They're okay. Now what's wrong with this picture? I don't remember her being so bad at small talk. So Liz says she was happy with those coupons, though I'm sure she's already told you that. No, yes, she did. Yes. Going silent for a moment, I look her over from top of the head to tip of the tail because there's definitely something going on here. Should I ask her if there's something wrong? I mean, I'm still only a student and I barely know her. At the same time, I can't help but feel secondhand awkward. This certainly is quite the departure from the rank I just pulled on Ian. I guess I should act normal? Maybe she's stressing over teacher stuff that I know jack shit about. Cool, that's cool. And hey, it's not yet sure, but we might be having a party soon. I'm sure Liz would love it if you showed up, and, yes, I know, I've been invited. You have? That's weird, I'm talking about it as if it's a done deal. But I haven't actually gotten Liz to agree to the cookout idea yet, so how could she have been invited, and when? Before she could answer, or rather, in place of an answer, Miss Prockling brings a hand to her chest, looking mutely down at something she's holding, something small and seemingly metallic. I'm sorry, but I must go now. Yeah, okay, don't let me keep you. The fuck was that all about? I mean, I know she's faculty and all, but if I ever saw someone act shady, then rap G, this sure was it. The way she looks back over her shoulder, twice in the 5 yards it takes to get to the doors, doesn't shout innocence either. But I guess whatever's going on isn't any of my fucking business. Plus she let my smoking slide, so there's no way I'd narc on her. I don't know what disciplinary action is like for the staff, but I don't want her to get raked over hot coals for whatever this is. If anything, we need more cool teachers like her, not fewer. Though for sure this seems to be more St. Hammond's than I first thought. Makes sense any place would have its own dealings, but this week things have been definitely getting interesting. And now it's my turn to make them even more interesting. Hey there! Inko, hey! No Lizzie Lizard this time? No Elizabeth? I felt like a change of place. You miss it? Honestly, maybe, and I hate you for that. Chuckling lightly to myself, I take a seat next to Liz, but let my eyes wander around the room. It's still hauntingly narrow and boringly monochromatic, except for the bombastically colorful left wall. Most of the other desks are filled already, but only so few faces turn away from the glow of phone screens, and even then, briefly. At least now you can make a career out of being a case study for Stockholm Syndrome. Spare the puns. I don't feel witty enough to come up with anything good today. What's wrong? With a long sigh/whine and pout, Liz lets her head down on the table. From there, she looks up at me, taking a moment to, well, not to compose herself, but before she can verbalize her thoughts away. I'm so tired, Inko. Rough night? Rough week. All that studying finally caught up with you, huh? And everything else, too. Ha, but at least this weekend I'll finally get to chill out, besides the assignment. Assignment? You mean the one Damien talked about? I thought that was for some elective he got. Nah, it's, She pauses here, looking around as if to make sure nobody overhears. Starting this year, seniors will be getting these big homework assignment projects, and it'll go towards your final grade. I think Latican will let your class know this Friday, so please try to act surprised. I'm not sure if I was allowed to tell you. Sure, okay. Senior projects, huh? That sounds a little ominous, but it's kind of exciting, even though it definitely wasn't on the brochure. Can they even change up the rules like this? whatever, I guess it's early enough in the semester for them to do that. More importantly, it sounds like Liz got no big plans, and isn't that interesting? Let's just make sure I got that right. Well, still, you mean after that charity thing, right? That charity thing, really? You still don't know what it's about, do you? Did you even look at the posters? Right, the posters. I was gonna, but, I guess I never got around to it. Skeptical, Liz raises an eyebrow. I mean, technically, what I said is true, but what upset her is most likely my lack of interest, and I kinda get that. Yet it appears she's in no shape to argue, or maybe she just doesn't think it's worth it. No, whatevs. I'm not going anyway. Huh? Got any other plans? Something like that. Won't it, make Ben, like, really fucking upset, though? I really couldn't care less about that right now. For a moment, there's kind of a rebellious spark in Liz's eyes, but it's gone fast, replaced with a look of pure exhaustion. Sigh, no matter what... No, what I meant to say was, we have this rule, you see. When you help organize an event, you get a free pass on attending. Don't you organize every event? Well, yeah, and usually I show up to them all. It's just... This one was a lot of work, Inko. I'm tired. She rocks her body gently back and forth, consoling herself while at the same time giving me those big, innocent puppy eyes. You really think I should go? You're aware I'm not the most unbiased person to be to ask that question, right? Huh? What do you mean? Because fuck Ben. You've gone above and beyond, so I'm sure he can be a big boy and tie his own shoelaces one afternoon. More so than before, it's evident from Liz's face that she's not a fan of the language I'm using, but even this time she doesn't find it in herself the energy to really challenge it. Again, she lets out a weary sigh, looking at the various drawings and carvings on the desk's surface. I really wish you guys wouldn't fight so much. Rap G, honestly, I mean, really, what can I even say to that? Yeah, sure, I would too, you know, if only Ben hadn't been a paragon of assholery ever since I met him. But it just sucks. You're both my friends, and... She doesn't say it, but I can make an educated guess. She's afraid of eventually she'll be forced to pick a side and hurt someone, or that she'll be caught in the crossfire. And unfortunately, there's nothing I can say to make things better, or to reassure her that nothing like that will happen, because I simply don't know, not unless Ben changes his attitude anyway. At the same time, I think Lizzie did just provide me with the perfect setup for the big question. But now that you mention it, I'm totally not okay with us being friends like this. What? I was thinking, would you like to go out sometime? Ah, geez, Zinko. I thought you were going to ask me to stop being friends with Ben. Not the answer I was looking for, but I'm not hearing a no either. Nah, that comes later. Kidding, I'm kidding. But for real, what do you say? Just to be clear, you're asking me out? Sorry, it's just I'm really kind of smooth-brained today. There's a rosy blushing rising in Liz's cheeks, and I'm sure mine must be equally tinted. At least my face is feeling awfully hot right now. I get it, it's fine, and yep, that's what I'm doing. So, do you want to go out with me? This weekend's fine, or shit, I'm down for some fun today too. Oh wow, today's a bit on short notice, and I already got plans for Friday, but... Yeah, sure, I'm down for anything after that. Yeah, alright. No take-backsies, though. Well, I guess it's up to you to show me a good time, then. Oh, this is so exciting. Are you excited? Sure am. With how hyped Liz is getting, I almost want to ask if she's got an idea of what she'd like to do, except I don't want to come off as some creatively bankrupt dunce. Oh, I'll find us something cool to do, alright. Dinner, ice cream, a walk in the park, a hike, billiards, breakfast at Tiffany's? The possibilities are endless. Twirling her locks lazily, dreamy eyes looking at nothing, I bet Liz must be thinking something similar too. But then she snaps out of it, clearing her throat and trying to recollect herself. So, how's your day been, anyway? My day, and well, it's been a whole bunch of nothing for the most part, but the last 30 minutes have been kind of exciting. I mean, other than that, what we just talked about. Oh, what happened? It's just, I wanted to say hi to Misha, like, you missed me by like 10 seconds. Ian also happened to be there, and he wanted to apologize for Ben's shit from yesterday. While we were on the phone. But then the situation ran in from him, and I had to... In the middle of the sentence, I hear a click from the door, and at first, I think nothing of it, looking over for only on instinct, but when I see that it's the teacher entering, it suddenly makes me want to hurry up with the rest of the story. I'm not afraid of her or anything, really I'm not. But she did call us out for talking too loudly last week, and I don't want to risk either of us being put in detention. Not now. Let's just say I'm finally more to people than... Wait, I'm finally more to people than that guy Mia punched. Oh, Inko, that's great. I'm so very happy for you. I shoot Liz an appreciative smile, but I don't otherwise add anything further to the conversation. I'm a little sad that it's about to end, although I guess there isn't much more I could do about it. Not unless we pass notes, which I don't feel like we should. Instead, I watch the teacher round the rows of tables to get to her desk, wondering what kind of definitely not needlessly erotic task we'll get today. But then... Uh-oh. Wait, is this Liz? Oh, wait, no, Liz grabbed our arm. I thought this was like Inko's hand, and he had the fucking, what is it, the crack nail? The crackhead nail, where they have, like, all their fingernails clipped except one? Oh. Liz's hand on mine. She squeezes, gentle and soft, and sort of probing, but confident enough to be felt through the fabric. Oh god. Inko jump scare. My voice won't come. All I can do is look back at her, dumbfounded, like some loser starved for physical affection. I say nothing. She says nothing. And for maybe the first time, I can read a dino's face. Not perfectly, no, but her smile is toothy and wide, and more than a little mischievous. It's like she's daring me with her forwardness. As if saying something in between, yeah, I did that, and deal with it. But then the moment passes, and soon I'm out of the fulcrum of those taunting yet still tired eyes, as Liz turns her attention to the lecture beginning around us. Hoo boy! Oh, right, the lecture. I should pay attention to the lecture. Nope. No. Still no. Definitely not. Ugh, how hard is it to find a love song that doesn't sound like it's been written by some desperate queer about to paint the ceiling red? Fine, whatever. Love Songs 201M 2019 Best Mix it is. All this wasted effort simply because I wanted to get in the mood for some proper date prep. That's not to say I don't have any ideas, of course. It's just that I'm trying to figure out which of my favorite activities are, well, favorite enough for a date Liz would find interesting. Because, like, whatever we'll end up doing, it should be something we both can enjoy. Sure, I could fake interest as a courtesy and secure a second date that way, but that's a dangerous precedent to set. I wouldn't want a relationship to start out with me being a pushover. It's a two-way street, so Lizzie better love what I come up with if I'm taking the time to brainstorm it like this. Sigh. Well, let's think. Did she maybe drop any hints? During class, the topic definitely didn't come up. We were both too busy drafting up the super-duper hot full lips we were made to draw. Guess it was more about creativity and letting our imaginations run wild than any actual technique. Taxpayer money well spent. Thanks, co-op. Speaking of creativity, though, Liz wasn't being the wittiest she's ever been. Lively, sure. Excited about the date. But not witty, so no, I don't think she could have dropped any hints then. After class, I walked her to the gates, and then some ways down the hill. It was then that we ironed out some of the finer details, like at what time I should pick her up. 5 p.m. on the dot, Saturday, 3 days from now. A late hour like that, well, it kind of lends itself to some more romantic types of activities. But do we really want... You know what? For this once, I'm actually curious about his thoughts on Liz. So yeah, that's so straightforward. I don't even know if it could be called a hint. The only thing that's more obvious would be that if she suddenly started talking about how she's just dying to try a new cafe or whatever. But there was none of that, so either Lizzie is fine with me coming up with the activity or she's testing me. Popular girl as she is, I would find it hard to believe that she's never had any suitors. Sure, she's single now, but so am I, and I went on dates before. Then again, the whole student council chief treasurer who's never had a moment to breathe thing could have scared people off too. But now I'm getting off track. So, date ideas. Let's see here. A full-on romantic dinner would be way overkill. That's the type of thing for anniversaries and stuff. And don't even get me started on the inane bullshit ideas online articles advocate, like going to a shooting range or scuba diving. The point isn't to make the event so exciting that she forgets she's there with me. It needs to be something that works only if the company is right. Dinner would be standard enough, but way too formal. A step down from that is like what? Grabbing a cup of coffee, I guess? Except that's not something you do in the evening. Or maybe it is for Liz. I know she spends a lot of time studying, so maybe a late night cup of joe is normal for her. Let's not strike the idea out just yet, but does this sound very fallbacky to me? Unoriginal. But what's a step down from going to a cafe? Going to a bar? I wouldn't hate that. But I don't know if Liz would be into it. Plus, it sounds more like hanging out than going on a date. Aren't you in, like, high school? I suppose there's other indoor activities we could try. Something that would be kind of a compromise between dinner and a hangout. Such as getting pizza. It's neutral enough that I'm sure Liz would be okay with it, but it also sounds neutral enough to just be boring. What else is there, though? Going to a slam poetry event? Or watching a stand-up comedian? I could maybe see Liz enjoying those, but I'm not sure I would. Then there's trying on clothes and mall shit like we did last time, except, yeah, we already did that, and I want this to be its own thing. Oh, why does this have to be so difficult? Soon I'll get to crap like watching a movie or... Stupid song playing on my phone cuts off, replaced by a buzzing of an incoming call. Is this Liz to tell us something came up? I'm cucking you over the road again. An incoming call from Liz. No, better yet, a video call. My thoughts scatter as I feel my pulse pick up, but before I could overthink it, I accept the call. No boy. Oh no, she's been beheaded. The line connects, and a moment later, Liz's tired face materializes on the screen. She looks distressed. Well, I mean, maybe it's because she's beheaded. And I don't mean Misha about to drop some papers distressed. No, she looks real damn awful. Disheveled, red locks, baggy eyes, now clearly missing any and all makeup, and she even looks sort of out of breath. It's the whole 9 yards. Hey, Lizzie, what's going on? Inko, I'm so sorry, but, watch, she's cucked out of the route again, aren't we? Her voice is tiny and worn just like the rest of her. It gives me a pretty good guess why she's calling, and I don't like it. Yeah, I called it, yeah. How original. Can we do a rain check on that date, please? Sigh. Yep, knew it. Tilting the screen down, I give myself a moment to process the situation because this just fuck. Oh, I hate this. What could have even happened in the 4 hours since we last talked? I guess there's only one way to find out. What's wrong? What happened? It's something came up and I won't be able to make it. Something? She frowns uncontrollably, opening and closing her mouth a couple of times before she can come up with an answer. She even looks off to the side again, as if looking for input from someone else. Which I really hope isn't true. I'm kind of in a kerfuffle, and it's personal. Personal? Is it a personal kerfuffle? Yeah. She sure doesn't sound very convincing, and I can only just barely hold myself back from telling her that. I'm so sorry, Inko. Please don't think I'm an asshole. I'm not happy about this either. Honest. I tilt the screen away again, closing my eyes to keep the frustration at bay. Like, yeah, sure, on the face of it, it really shouldn't be that big of a deal, right? Rain check, like she said. Except, even if the personal stuff excuse wasn't actually an excuse, which is a big fucking if in itself, still, Liz is choosing that over our date. Like, what the fuck personal shit is there more important than that? Family would understand. Friends would understand. Even if she had a job right now, I'm sure she could take the day off. So no, this has Ben's name written all over it, and Liz is still dancing to that fucker's tune rather than to... Ah, just fuck me. Can you at least tell me what you're really doing? I'm not stupid, Liz. Sorry, promise you won't tell anyone. Sure? Sigh. It's so stupid, but a set of keys to the office were misplaced, and we're kind of in the middle of dealing with that. But the date is like what, 3 days away? Okay, what does that have to do with anything? Well, we don't know who has the keys now, so I'm guarding the ledger right now, and it's a lot of money, Inko. Ben is trying to arrange a locksmith, but it's already so late, and it's school property. We're just not sure if we could deal with this until Monday. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's the stupidest fucking thing I ever... And you can't, like, take turns? Like, what? Are you gonna sit in the office all weekend, or... No, I have it here. We agreed I should take it home with me. We agreed. Yeah, right. Then wait. Does that mean she was here on campus? But she didn't even think to tell me this in person? I'm really sorry, really. But I can't leave until it's, And you understand why I can't have you over, right? Well, no, I actually fucking don't understand it. But I suppose that's beside the point. I mean, what am I gonna do? Steal it? Like, my god, I should really start writing down all the fucking times Ben takes a giant steaming shit on me. And in no time, I'll have the whole encyclopedium, assholarium down, 5 volumes of it, leatherback. I can't fucking... Are you serious? This isn't our fault. It's not fair we have to take this bullshit. Why did you even have to get involved with this? It was no take backsies, no? I'm sorry. She looks away from the camera again, clearly hurt by my outburst. Which is, shit. I so didn't want to take my anger out on her. No, I'm sorry, that wasn't cool. It's just I'm so done with being totally fisted by Ben in everything I do. But I didn't mean to blame you. Of course you'd get involved. I mean, I know you're a good person like that. Upon hearing my apology, Liz's expression changes, if only in the slightest. If I wasn't staring intently at it in HD quality, I most likely would have missed it. Her eyes focus on something off screen again, as if she was looking at someone. I'm not sure why I keep having this feeling, but it's almost natural. Are you free right now? What? Are you free right now? Right now? Right now? Yeah, because I might be able to get Misha to look after things for a while. And I was thinking I could use a cup of coffee, and, if you want, or we could meet up and have a speed date kind of thing. A speed date? The fuck is that? Oh wow, this sure is a change. Yeah, I guess that sounds nice, like just grabbing a cup of coffee together? Just give me a bit to get ready, and, I was thinking I'd go to... The biggest plot twist in living history, Liz dictates me the address of a nearby place she likes, telling me to meet her there in a half an hour. A 20-minute speed date is what we'll be having. Which, yeah, is quite a step down from what I had in mind, but it does save me the trouble of having to come up with an idea. Can't win 'em all, I guess. What's important is that she came around, even if I'm not fully sure why. Regardless, I gather my stuff and jump in and out of the shower, put on some of my favorite cologne, spend just about not enough time looking at myself in the mirror, and 10 minutes later I'm already in a light jog down the hill. Man, Chad is dead. Well, would you look at that? There does exist, after all, a halfway decent-looking establishment here. Not dynamos. I had to lean outside for just a bit longer. I checked that my breath doesn't stink, and changed the menthol gum I've been chewing for a strawberry-flavored one. Peering through the glass from out here, I could see one or two patrons sitting at their tables, but not Liz. There is another long Necosaurus who for a moment I mistake for her for, but it's definitely someone else. I know she's inside, though, because earlier she sent me a text saying that she'll be waiting for me at one of the back tables. It's just about 8 p.m. now. Should be plenty good. The plaque on the wall says they're open for another 2 hours. I guess it's so people can recharge their batteries before going into their night shifts. Anyway, well, here goes nothing. As I step inside, the bell above the door makes a friendly jingle. It goes well with the place's instant cozy-looking atmosphere. Not overly fancy, but not cheap either. It's clean, and not very crowded, but not sterile. The clay-colored wallpaper and wooden furnishings are right on the very verge of not coming across as tacky. Most of the tables are scattered around seat 4, but there are some wider, more cushy-looking booths near the windows. If it was up to me, we'd be sitting right there, but it's whatever. There's nobody behind the counter. One of the waitresses, yet another long neck, busy serving the table I saw from the outside, while her colleague is trotting down a narrow aisle further to the back. That's probably where I should be going too. Sorry, but this mod is so boring. Was gaming while listening, I don't blame you. We got about 12 minutes left, not even 12. Following confidently after her, it's only now that I notice how tall the ceiling is. There's a gallery floor with more tables, but the main area of the cafe has a lot of wide open space. Even the lanterns above, with all their plastic LED candles, are way out of reach. No wonder Liz likes to come here. And although the God damn it. And although the waitress in front of me is blocking my view, I think it's her sitting at the table I'm about to arrive at. No, it's Naomi. But it took so long. Are you ready to order? She is now. I answer from behind and then step into the view of the 2 dinos. Inko, you made it! Yeah, hey Lizzie, sorry if you had to wait. No, not at all. Sitting down across her, I take a moment to subtly look Liz over. Evidently, she's a lot more presentable now than during our call, hair properly combed, and she even reapplied her makeup. Maybe even put on a little more than usual. I can still tell that she's tired, but if I didn't know her, I probably couldn't have. She turns to the waitress, handing over the menu. I'd like a Virgin Volcano Sunrise and a double mochaccino to go. Inko, what about you? I'll have the same thing. The two girls giggle almost inconspiratorially, but neither of them comment on my awkwardness. So this is like, what, the fourth song in the game? It'll be just a minute. I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break. And I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I wait for the waitress to get out of earshot and then turn to address Liz properly. Thanks for agreeing to this. But I just gotta ask, what made you change your mind? To be honest, I wasn't going to at first. But then I thought, if I'm always being all responsible at everything and let nothing ever happen, well, nothing will ever happen. It's like you said, I don't always need to be the good girl. I hope that didn't sound too weird. No, I get it, and you're right. What's life without a little risk? That's what makes things interesting. Yeah, something like that. There's a bit of a pause as Liz looks away, rearranging the utensils in front of her as if preparing to say something important. Well, she does. I look around the place again, but I can't seem to find anything of interest. It's just a regular cafe. One that apparently specializes in catering to, vertically challenged guests. Okay. I promised you a speed date, so let's get started. Waste no time, huh? Let's just say I'm making the most of the situation. It's a must-have in our career. A career of... Chief Student Council Treasurers, of course. Of course. So, your favorite movie? Rap G, what a question to start out with. I don't know. Come on, speed date. First thing that comes to mind. Then I guess it's, I used to really like that first Hunter Games movies. The first Hunter Games movies. Oh boy. No way, I couldn't have guessed that. Yeah, I like the Capital People's costumes and everything. Was that what got you interested in fashion? It could be. I'm sure it had to do something with it. Okay, makes sense. For me, it's the Rattling Mr. Rex. Hands down. We had a tape of it when I was little and watched the shit out of it. Rattling Mr. Rex? I don't think I've seen it. No? Wow, you're missing out. We'll definitely have to watch it sometime. Movie night with Liz! Uh-oh, new mod coming out. Movie night with Liz. You heard it here first. Movie night with Liz, huh? I kind of like the sound of that. Unless it's 4 hours long, high art movie or something. Oh, what shit, the BRB is still... Oh my god. Not like anyone fucking cared about the BRB. Honestly, no one fucking cares. Oh, that title doesn't sound like that. Wait, the title doesn't sound like that, but you can never be too careful making commitments like that. What is it about? No, nuh-uh. Huh? I'm not gonna spoil it. I want it to have the same effect on you. The same effect as when you were what, 7, 8 years old? No, silly, the effect it would have on me now. But haven't you seen it a lot of times already? I did, but it's hard to explain. Did this mod name drop my mod? No, it's Movie Nights with Liz. Did I say Mia out of just habit? It was Movie Nights with Liz. Literally said Movie Nights on. Movie Night with Liz. Literally what it said. Okay, I'm just gonna read it from here. But haven't you seen it a lot of times already? I did, but it's hard to explain. We're watching it and that's that. I'm about to reply, to agree, to disagree. I'm not even sure myself, but I'm not given the chance as Liz moves on to the next topic. Favorite food? This time her question doesn't faze me as much. She's going with the classics, it seems. Now I'm a simple guy. Barbecue ribs all the way. yeah, we're gonna talk about meat food in front of the herbivore here, huh? It's smooth. Very smooth. Huh? I never actually tried those. Are those really that good? Not like I can eat them anyway, Inko. I'm a dirty herbivore. Oh yeah, definitely. But how come you've never tried any? You guys don't own a grill or... Inko. No, it's not that. It's... I'm a Herbie, Inko. Yeah, I'm a Herbie, Inko. You're, I bite down in the middle of the word, brain lagging behind as it makes sense of this foreign concept. Of course, I do understand herbivores, it's just that if a human doesn't, that we call them vegans from where I'm from. I don't even really know what's the difference, like, can't you eat meat at all? Is it like an intolerance? 2 weeks in and the damn culture shock is still haunting me. Oh no, yeah, I get it. So what's your favorite? Oh, it's gonna be something gross, isn't it? I like the grass outside, Inko. I don't know if I have a favorite one, but I really like spicy stuff. So like hot peppers and stuff? Uh-huh, the best ones can make my whole neck go numb, huh? Wow, I can't tell if that's awesome or just disturbing. But I don't get the chance to decide, as yet again, Liz moves on. I meant like a play on words, yeah. What kind of music do you like? Mumble rap! In all universes, Inko listens to fucking mumble rap. Do I get a turn too, eventually? Gosh, sorry, I got a bit carried away. This is just so much fun. Hey, it's the position she took when in the first thumbnail. Oh no, she's seeing through Inko and seeing Un inside. She sees her future of being devoured. I'm learning so many new things about you. Nah, it's okay. I'm having fun too. We can go with your question. And music. Anything that has good rhythm, I think. Especially mumble rap. I don't really like intense songs, but other than that, anything goes. Intense? How do you mean? I mean stuff like dubstep and metal and some rap songs too. Some! He says some rap songs, so that means he does listen to mumble rap. Oh, okay. I'm almost afraid to say it now, but I'm actually really into metal, like, really. I wouldn't have taken her as that, no. Nuh-uh. Then why didn't her and Olivia haven't been like buddy-buddy? Seriously? You? Uh-huh. With Mom and one of her friends, we used to go to Sweden a lot. And they got their own death metal culture going on. We even ran into to Judy in Finland when we went to the Heavy Saurus concert. I guess it kind of rubbed off on me. I'm so baffled. Like, why don't you dress that way then? What are you doing? I'm so baffled by this revelation, I don't know even how to respond. Liz Lizard, world traveler? Oh, come on, you're saying that as if you've never been outside the States before, have you? Sigh, I've certainly been to more places within the US than outside. But technically speaking, I have been to France. I was just so little that I'm not sure if it counts. Oh, okay. It's the exact opposite for me. I think I've been to more countries than states at this point. Geez, and she's still never met a human before me. What kind of sheltered life has she been living? So, France, what were you doing? Visiting family. Oh, you have family overseas? Distant family, yeah, and I do mean distant in all meaning of the word. I see, I see. And what's your guys' thing? Thing? Whose thing? Yours! Or I mean your family's. What do you do during those 20-hour drives? Me and my mom, we always listen to cheesy teen romance audiobooks. Got a whole set of them and everything. I swear, we almost swerved off the road once because Mom was crying so hard. Her laugh is 1,000 watts, and as she recalls the memory. Meanwhile, under fire from the positive energy beaming off of her, I almost shrink into my seat. Oh, well, everyone's on their phone, like, you know, other than Dad, because he's driving. It takes a moment for Liz to really comprehend my words, and at first she obviously expects me to continue, so when I don't, the smile quickly vanishes from her face. Oh. Don't you, like, play games? Sing along to the radio? No, not really. Commotion to the side catches my eyes, and I look over just in time to see the waitresses returning with our drinks, 2 cocktails and 2 cups to go. Good timing, because the absolute last thing I want to be doing right now is to talk about my parents. Here you go, guys. Enjoy! Thank you. Anything else I can get you to? I look at Liz, motioning for her to go ahead. When she doesn't, I just shrug. Nah, we're good. Pausing the question game, we both get a taste of our beverages, and wow. Very sugary. Not bad, but not what I was expecting either. Going by the color, I think I ended up ordering myself a very girly drink, which explains why they found it so funny. Red and yellow blending together, swirling slowly as the various fluids are fighting for equilibrium. Liz seems to be enjoying her drink, though, sighing constantly afterwards. You know, I'd totally steal a sip right now if you didn't get the same thing. No, hey, do you want one anyway? Jokingly, I offer Liz my glass. She eyes it for a while, almost amused, but then with a short laugh, takes it anyway. Oh no, the Indigrat Kissu! Wow, Winko, it's almost like I was drinking a volcano sunrise. Can you imagine? What, really? I totally thought that my drink would taste more red-yellow instead of yellow-red. The yellow-red thing that you got. Wait, is this a Deltarune reference with the yellow and the red drinks? Along with my explanation, I produce the goofiest grin I just can, making Liz burst out in the proper fit of giggles this time. With a wide smile on her face, she plays around with her drink, humming along to the totally not royalty-free music that's playing. I'm not sure what question we stopped at and whose turn we said it would be anyway. But man, I don't even know how old I was the last time I played 20 questions with anyone like this. Well, no, not quite, because this does remind me of last Wednesday when Mr. Latican questioned us about Mia and stuff. I wonder, did he actually manage to do anything since? I doubt it. But then again, after what Ben told me, I could totally see him withholding information from me. Hey Liz. Do you know if, will anything happen to Mia? Like, did Mr. Latikin... Oh, I don't actually know. I've just been so busy. I haven't been keeping up with whatever him and Ben are doing about it. I see. Sorry. No, it's okay. I was just curious. At that, Liz's smile skews into a shy little simper, and again she turns her attention to the utensils in front of her. You know, don't tell anyone, but I think it was totally cool what we did. Huh? What do you mean? Going up against Mia with that recorder and everything. It made me feel like I'm a spy or some special agent or something. I could almost feel the glowy inside of me coming out. I think I've found my true calling, Inko. I'm joining the government. I'm joining the CIA. It's stupid, I know. I really try, but I can't suppress an amused chuckle. Really? I thought you had to do that. Yeah, I do. It's just, it was so exciting. Wow, okay. Didn't expect that. You're just full of surprises today, aren't you, Elizabeth? Her only answer is a playful, stuck-out tongue. Anyway, with all that's been going on with the events we're planning, I don't know if we'll have much time left to worry about Mia. I just hope Latikin can figure something out. Right, yeah, you told me how much work all that is. I don't envy you. Sigh, it's for the good of the school, even if it's a lot of work for us, you know. A leaders eat last kind of thing. Leaders eat last? Can't say I've heard that one before. Also can't say that I agree. I mean, that's just not how these things work. And more importantly, how are you going to have enough time to study, to keep your scholarship? Liz seems pleasantly surprised by my question. I guess it was a little forward, but what the hell. If we're going to get into a relationship, then her livelihood will affect me too. It's just natural that I care about it. I'll make do, don't you worry. Right, I almost forgot. It's all in the Student Council Chief Treasurer's career package. Haha, right, it is. By the way, the offer to study with me still stands. Those quiz cards aren't going anywhere. I'll keep that in mind. There's another pause, which we both use to wet our tongues. I don't know if it's possible, but this volcano whatever only seems to be getting more syrupy as I keep going. Once finished, Liz sighs again, deeply and sort of worn this time. Actually, I'm getting a little behind with my studies. Oh, damn. No, like, how bad is it? Not too bad, not yet. But I did totally spend almost all of yesterday afternoon playing Dins on my laptop. What, Dins? What? What is that? Oh, it's Sims, I bet. Of course Liz would be a dirty Sims player. Damn, this is still going. Yes, Crescenario, we're probably going to wrap it up after the date. We finally got the Liz route, and it's like a 20-minute speed date. Dins? Yeah, the video game? Oh, I really don't really do those. Oh, really? Like, not at all? I nod, which seems to amuse Liz even more. Okay, wow. Well, it's a game where you have a family living in a home that you furnish for them and everything, and you send them to work to do stuff. I think I might have heard about it before. Aren't there like dozens of those games, though? Nah, there's only 4, and they all have a bunch of expansion packs. Sounds like she knows her shit. Though I suppose that makes sense, that Liz would enjoy a game where she can play interior designer like that. Must be right up her alley. Don't tell anyone, Inko, but I made a Ben character, and I like to abuse him a lot. So, do you play a lot of games? Nah, not really. It's only that in Din City. Actually, it was Dad who got me interested in these two, because he had them in our family computer when I was little. I'm not very good at it, but it's very fun every now and then. Like a guilty pleasure sort of thing. Do you have anything like that? I guess I go on some online fashion forums, like, from time to time. The users can be a bunch of assholes, but I kind of like it. And you? Oh no! Oh no! Frantic, she pulls out a loudly ringing phone from her purse. I don't even need to see it to know who's calling. It's Ben. But Ben, hi! No, not a bad time at all. What's up? Hi, I see. So you won't be able to... Not until Monday, I understand. It's well guarded, yes. Okay. Okay, yes. You have a good night, too. Bye. With that, the call ends. Closing her eyes, appearing just as exhausted as she was before, Liz holds the phone to her cheek for a moment. It's quite clear, even to me, that this is probably the end of our little escapade here. Inko, I'm sorry, but... It's fine, no worries. I'll go get the check. Much the same as when I entered, the bell above gives us a happy little farewell chime, drowning out the goodbyes and come-agains of the waitresses. It couldn't have been longer than a half hour, yet the sun is still a lot closer to the horizon now than it was before. Hiding behind the skyscrapers downtown, it's only the orange streaks of evening light that reach us here, painting a tranquil scene, with us right in the middle of it. So pretty. Sigh, I wish we had more time for a walk. I murmur something non-committal in agreement, and start ambling down the street. For a while we stay silent, enjoying the atmosphere and the novelty of mundanity, or rather the novelty that we get to share it. It's all so perfect, at least until how nice it would be to light up right now, only, yeah, I still don't know how Liz would react to that. I feel like we're on good enough terms now that she'd tell me what she really thought about it, but do I want to risk it? No. It might be better to distract myself instead. Hey, that was nice, right? Did you have fun? Oh yeah, for sure. It was a lot of fun. And I feel better now, too. Thank you. But to be honest, I still feel a little bit worse, too, because now I just realized how bad I've been feeling. Does that make sense? As long as it makes sense to you, I guess. I'm not sure it does. There's a troubled expression on her face as she says this, and I kind of expect her to elaborate, but she doesn't. I suppose I'll just have to let her work that one out by herself. Silence settles over us again, a little awkward, although I can't worry much about it, because in all about 10 seconds my mind goes back to thinking about that smoke. I try ignoring it, but the more I do, the more I feel like it's a losing proposition. As we arrive at Liz's street, I finally give in. Hey, would you mind if I light a cigarette? Nah, just don't blow the smoke in my face, please. Not like I can raise my head above you, like 20 fucking feet above you. At how nonchalant her response is, I need to double take to really process it. Inko, I could smell the smoke all over you today. I even slow my step a little, making Liz look over with worry. Something wrong? No, I thought you would have more to say about it. Aren't you even surprised? That you smoke. Damien told me about it a long time ago. Oh. Were you afraid I wouldn't like it? Is that why you haven't been doing it around me? I guess, yeah, but, like, you don't mind at all? As I wait for Liz's answer to fall into step... Wait. As I wait for Liz's answer, I fall into step again, and do finally light that smoke. Oh, that's actually so sweet of you. But no, I mean, it's not my thing anymore. I'm not going to tell you to stop. Cool, thanks, but not anymore. Oh no, can we bring Liz back into smoking? Uh-huh. Yeah, remember those Sweden trips I mentioned? When I was like 15 or something, one of my girlfriends managed to snag a pack of Black Devils from her mom, and if you don't know, Black Devils have a vanilla coating, like they taste sweet when you take a hit. For some reason, that made me think they wouldn't be so unhealthy, but they're all black and look like the coolest thing, so I ended up smoking for about a year, maybe more. But then my parents found out, and that was the end of it. Huh, okay. Yeah, I threw a fit. Wait, yeah, I threw a fit over it and everything, but looking back, I'm glad they made me stop. So you really had a rebel phase, huh? Oh, don't even get me started. I used to dress up in all black too. Lots of girls at that age do. That's why I keep my hair pink. It's the only thing I have left, Dinko. You know, I'd actually pay good money to see that. Ah, Yinko, you got a thing for goth chicks. Maybe. I mean, ask anyone on the street, and I guarantee you they won't say it's not hot. Okay. I'm not sure what more I could add to that, and it seems like neither does Liz, so we allow a lull into the conversation. I bury myself in taking a few drags and making little clouds of smoke in the direction opposite to Liz, of course, and then watching them disappear, the nicotine spreading across my body, combined with the mellow evening atmosphere and the good mood we've got going on. I feel really at ease somehow. Like Liz said, it's a shame that we can't spend more time together for a while. And then there's only one person I can blame for that. Fucking Ben! Ben the shit Ben Poopsie McPoopy face, that fucker. Do you honestly not mind Ben being so intrusive, like calling you in the middle of a date? He didn't know I was on a date, Inko. I'm just happy that I didn't have to lie to him. I'm not used to doing this double-dealing crap. Yeah, I mean, that just proves my point. Huh? He's your friend, right? But you can't tell him that you'd rather be out having fun than sit over a stupid box of money. It was my choice. I promised I would do it, and I couldn't go back on my word an hour later like that. Why not? Because that's just not right. You just don't do that to people. No, not people. Friends. I'm talking about friends. Well, to friends even less. Would you really be okay with hurting someone just because it suits you? That's not what I'm saying. And I'm not sure what you're trying to say. Seriously? How much more obvious can I get? Look. The shit Ben does is honestly super weird and totally not okay. You went all the way to campus to get the money, right? You could have made the same trip just fine if you told him that you forgot about our date in the heat of the moment or something like that. There's no way he would have held it against you. Or shit. Couldn't you have told him you'll hold on to the money during the weekend except for like an hour or two while we go out? The dorm rooms have locks too, believe me, I know. You act like it's about being responsible, but no, I don't think so. Sure, it's responsible in hindsight, but when you make the decision, you were only making Ben's life easier for no reason. You're friends and you keep defending his bullshit, but what does he ever do for you? And then there was... In the middle of my rant, I realized how very close I just got to telling Liz what Ben really thinks about her. How her morale is paramount to him, but luckily I managed to hold my tongue. Not so luckily, though, Liz isn't letting it go quite so easily. There was what? It's not something you want to hear. Inko, what are you not telling me? Great, all the perfectly fine arguments I make, and this is the one thing she gets fixated on. And honestly, why exactly shouldn't I tell her? I just called her out on protecting Ben, and here I am doing the same thing. It's not like he's ever been anything to me other than an asshole. It's about time he faced the consequences of his actions. If it makes Liz hate him too, that's all the better. It's what he said when I was getting the tape from him on Wednesday. What did he say? Sure you want to know? It's not pretty. Tell me. Well, drama train's about to leave the platform. Here we fucking go. He said, he said that I'm no longer useful to him, so he doesn't have to make me happy to keep me in line, unlike you, because, well, you get the idea. Though previously I praised myself for finally being able to read Liz's face, this time I'm not so sure. She's surprised, hurt, skeptic, something else. He said that? Loud and clear. To give Liz a moment, I take one last drag of my cigarette and then let the butt fall on the ground and stub it under my soul. When I look back at her, still, she doesn't appear to know what to think. You okay? Yeah, it's... No, I'm sure he didn't mean it like that. You know he's got those classes with Aidekin, and... At this point, I'm not sure which one of us she's trying to convince. But I say nothing. This is between the two of them now. Sure, if Liz asks for my help or opinion, I'll be there, but I'm not going to stick my nose where it doesn't belong. I mean, unless she's about to make the wrong decision. Well, thank you for telling me. You're welcome, I guess, but I still think I shouldn't have. She doesn't deny nor confirm my statement. We start walking again, by now just a short distance from our destination. Somewhere along the way, the warm evening glow turns into a rather depressing dusk dim. The stars aren't yet out. What little of them we could see anyway. So it's only the incessant chirping of crickets and the distant noise of traffic that set the mood. Who the hell spells check like that? Were you still interested in working with Sabik and myself? I still have it in mind, but I have to pass it up for now. Issues arrived hours ago, and I have to care about that for a while. That sucks. Hopefully things are going all right. Every few meters, I shoot Liz a sideways glance, and I keep thinking about something to say to cheer her up. It's only after a couple more minutes when a moving truck with a catchy slogan drives past us, but I think I got just the thing. It's Truck-kun. You know what, Liz? We should just give Truck-kun a call for Ben. Hey, are you going to do one of those supply runs anytime soon? I figured I could tag along again if you like. I'm not sure. Depends on when we run out of stuff for the stalls, and... At first she answers in earnest, but then it seems to dawn on her what I'm trying to do. Allowing herself a smile, she elbows me in the side lightly. You know, for how much you've been helping me out lately, are you sure you don't secretly want to join us? Ugh, this again. Sure, I was trying to get the conversation going, but it's not exactly this direction I had in mind. Yeah, right. No, I don't think I'd be a good fit. Why not? What, besides the fact that if she got me and Ben to interact on a daily basis, a new world war would soon erupt. I'm not the most dutiful type of person, if you can believe that. I don't do well with deadlines and stuff. Ah, come on, I'm sure it wouldn't be that bad. Plus a position of responsibility would help straighten that out in no time. What would I even be? Just an errand boy? That doesn't shout responsibility to me. So no, I'll pass. Oh, Winko, don't be such a Debbie Downer. I mean, I'm chief treasurer, right? You could be like my secretary. That way we'd be working together and you'd only get tasks through me. Rap G, she really wants me to join the troops, huh? I admit she makes a convincing argument, but I'm just not sure if I'm sold on the idea. It has disaster written all over it. Still, maybe I could test the waters just a little. A secretary, really? Liz rolls her eyes at me, but she doesn't relent. If you have a problem with the title, how about we make it assistant treasurer? Don't you already have one of those? Huh? If you're chief treasurer, who's, you know, the regular treasurer? We don't actually have one. I'm kind of our entire, business branch. Seriously? Yeah, see, it's a perfect fit. She's not making it easy to say no, that's for sure. Then again, if it was really only her giving me tasks, I trust Liz enough to know she wouldn't overwork me. That she'd take my class schedule into account and everything, and if I'm serious about taking Ben's place at the top of the food chain, this does sound like a big step towards that goal. So, assistant treasurer, huh? Well, if that's the best I can get. Really? You'll consider it? Yeah, what can I say? You make a persuasive argument, Lizzie Lizard. Maybe there is something to that lawyer thing after all. Yay! Yay! Celebrating her victory, Liz throws her hands in the air almost the way Misha would, to the point where she almost spills her double mocha, whatever it is she's got. A moment later, her eyes widen, and she stops mid-bounce. But, I'll let Ben know. It's gonna be his decision. Of course it is. Wouldn't have dared to expect anything else. We usually have council meetings on Friday after classes. I'm sure we can talk to him then, so please think it over tomorrow. If you have any questions, you can always ask me. And don't worry, I'm sure it'll be fine. Can't say that I have my hopes up, but really, how bad could it be? Won't be my loss if I don't meet the standards of His Highness. Not much else we could do about it till then anyway, which must be what Liz is thinking too, glancing towards their apartment door before turning back to me. You know, now that I think about it, you never got your turn to ask a question, did you? So, go ahead. Okay, well, since we're on the topic, I'm surprised they didn't make this one a choice, man. So, you said you joined the student council before Ben did, right? But why? No, that's your question? I thought maybe you'd ask what size bra I wear. Oh boy. Honestly, it'll sound as boring as you probably might have guessed. I wanted to make a difference. That's it. No, yeah, that's what I figured. It's a very you answer. A very me answer? Yeah, you know, wanting to do good. Sure, like, I don't agree with half the shit you do, and I sure wouldn't do a quarter of it by myself, but I get it. Us working together, I'm sure it'd be a learning experience. For someone it will. Before I can react, with both head and body, Liz moves closer, and before I know it, she's got me all spun around. Uh-oh. Stranger danger! Now from behind her arms, creep around me, up my chest, immobilizing me as a real attack comes from the front. First, it's only a big pair of eyes I see, filling my vision, but then, without a second's hesitation, she breathes a feather-like kiss onto my cheek, positioned precisely right that it touches the very corners of my lips. She tightens the hug for a moment before retreating, leaving me with only a whisper in my ear. Can't wait to see who it is. There's the date. That's where I'm going to end it. My god. Oh. I was going to say, end of demo. Okay, Act 2. So now we got... Wait, no, this is where they say, oh, it's done. Utmost comfortable binds come from a perception of control. It's the rules that make the rules when we're too scared to break them. Yeah, end demo. No? Oh, okay. Wait.
Hey, don't ignore me!
Okay, yeah, okay. I'll back it up. I'll back it up. Actually, don't save there. I've realized saving at that is danger. Alright. I'll save here. I thought it was really gonna just blue ball you at that. Would have been fair. My god. 3 fucking hours. 3.5 fucking hours. There's more. Yeah, there's more! There's more! Oh, what is today? Saturday? I don't want to shoot for Sunday. Sunday will be a different game. We'll play something different. We'll save this for Monday or Tuesday. Oh. Yeah, turn this down. Oh. Oh, it's like a lot of nothing. With like, it's like the worst bag of trail mix you've ever had. Oh. I don't know, there's some parts where it's like, oh hey, there's that thing, oh there's this thing. And then most of it's just Thinko monologuing to himself with his thoughts. I don't know. I'm just burnt out. Yeah, I'll shoot for Monday for this. This is just, if you couldn't tell, this is really draining me. It's just, I'm butchering a lot of the fucking dialogue. I think it's just because there's a lot more thinking and narrating rather than like speaking naturally and talking, you know? Oh, I don't know. Well, we'll get through this. Then we won't have to touch it until the... Watch. I'll finish this. And then like a week later, a new update will drop. It'll be the Procling route. Oh. This mod is just monologuing, that's true. It's just Thinko thinking. Thinko thinking, Thinko thoughts. That no one wants to hear. Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm burnt. I want to enjoy life again. If tomorrow, well, I don't know what tomorrow's stream will be. Maybe it'll be Bug Fables. I'm still burnt on Bug Fables too. Losing both of those battles really just pissed me off. Oh, I got a feeling like continuing the story is just going to be worse. But we'll see. I can see why the chat is not here for this. That's true. It's been dead. In fact, let me check one thing. I know people have left. But how many are here? 9. Okay, there's at least 9 people for this, and I'm pretty sure like 8 of... No, the 7 of them are probably like the people who worked on this. just waiting for my opinion, I guess. Because I'm the only one who plays this mod publicly. Oh. I'm gonna go enjoy the rest of my night the best I can. Tomorrow will be whatever I feel like, I guess. We'll see. I'm dead. I'm dead until tomorrow.